Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Owensville Dutchmen baseball field for tonight's senior night matchup between the Four Rivers Conference rivals, Owensville Dutchmen and the St. James Tigers. Tonight is also senior night, so we will have senior night ceremonies here very shortly. The weather, as you can tell, or maybe cannot tell, is a little bit rainy, overcast. We just had some pretty solid rain coming down, but it looks like it's cleared up for the time being. You see people walking past in their rain gear with their umbrellas. However, we're going to have the baseball team's senior night announcements and the golf team's senior night announcements before we get going with baseball action. A couple things I'll talk about as we're just getting this broadcast started is going to be the Owensville Dutchmen's record. They come into this game with a 9-8 record and on a 3-game winning streak that happened all on the road, so that's pretty exciting. Dutchmen are doing well in the Four Rivers Conference play. Their only losses are to Pacific and to Union, with their biggest win of the season probably coming against Sullivan, where they took on a pitcher by the last name Gower that is committed to Texas Tech next year, which is obviously a Division I school. And he is, the Dutchmen winning that game helps them in their districts, as they will probably land the number 1 seed.
At this time, we would like to address your attention to home plate for senior night.
And now I'm going to stop talking so you guys can hear senior night.
Starting things off for us will be senior Logan Bailey. He is the son of Lisa and Roger Bailey of Owensville. Logan plans to enter the workforce after graduation. His favorite memory is beating Sullivan last Thursday to secure the 1 seed in districts. Logan Bailey. Up next will be Owen Binkholder. He is the son of Angie and Dustin Binkholder of Owensville. Owen plans to attend University of Missouri-Columbia and major in fisheries and wildlife sciences. His favorite memory is getting to Kansas City for the Woodbat tournament in St. Joe. Owen Binkholder. Our third senior is Andrew Brown, is the son of Jacob and Rachel Brown of Owensville. Andrew plans to attend State Tech for HVAC. His favorite memory is playing at Busch Stadium his freshman year. Andrew Brown. Up next, Matthew Eckelkamp is the son of John and Chrissy Eckelkamp of Gerald. Matt plans to minor in business at East Central College. His favorite memory is getting to pitch in the district championship game versus Sullivan. Matt Eckelkamp. Next is Zayden Gates, is the son of Amy Abishon of Owensville. Zayden plans to continue his football career after high school. His favorite memory is traveling for the Woodbat tournament in St. Joe, Missouri. Zayden Gates. Next is Jaden Gerleman, is the son of Mike and Michelle Gerleman of Drake. Jaden plans to go straight into the workforce, join the union, keep a strong work ethic, and raise a happy family. His favorite memory is the Savannah Woodbat tournament and getting to play at Busch Stadium. Jaden Gerleman. Next is Landon Cramey, is the son of Sarah and Nick Cramey of Owensville. Landon plans to go to State Tech and become a heavy equipment operator. His favorite memory is winning a district championship his freshman year. Landon Cramey. Our next senior, Jansen Leb, is the son of Jesse and Sarah Leb of Owensville. Jansen plans to attend Missouri S&T. His favorite memory is playing in the Woodbat tournament in St. Joe, Missouri. Jansen Leb. Up next, Elias Medlock is the son of Stephanie and Andrew Medlock of Owensville. Elias plans to attend East Central Community College. His favorite memory is getting to play at Busch Stadium for the first time his freshman year. Elias Medlock. Our last baseball senior is Maddox Parker. Is the son of Seth Parker of Owensville and Jessica Howard of Springfield. Maddox plans to go to Westminster College to major in history and become a college professor. His favorite memory is going to the Woodbat tournament in St. Joe, Missouri. Next, we will be recognizing the golf seniors. Up first, Cameron Codwell is the daughter of Lynn and Stacy Codwell of Owensville. Cameron plans to attend Culver Stockton College to continue her athletic and academic career in basketball while pursuing a degree in pre-physical therapy. Her favorite memory is at practice when she and Caden were on hole 8 and Caden's ball hit the tree and came back at them, almost hitting them. Cameron Codwell. Our next senior, Noah Codwell, is the son of Lynn and Stacy Codwell of Owensville. Noah plans to attend Central Methodist University and study computer science. His favorite memory is Zach Barch breaking his 5-wood. Noah Codwell. Our third senior, Caden Carr, is the daughter of Jacob and Kristen Carr of Owensville. Caden plans to attend State Tech to earn a business degree and pursue a career in pharmaceutical sales. Her favorite memory was at the Lynn tournament when she accidentally hit another player with a ball. She shouted, "Watch out!" But he quickly corrected her, telling her she was supposed to yell, "4!" instead. Caden Carr. Up next, Allison Daniels is the daughter of Corey and Davy Daniels of Bland. Allison plans to go to Ottawa University on an athletic scholarship majoring in biology to eventually become a dermatologist. Her favorite memory is being able to golf with her friends. Allison Daniels. Next, Crew Epstein is the son of Monique and Chris Epstein of Owensville. Crew plans to attend Lynn State for a degree in computer science. His favorite memory is when Eli Graham shot a 151 because how is that possible? Crew Epstein. Landon Cramey is the son of Sarah and Nick Cramey of Owensville. Landon plans to go to State Tech and become a very heavy equipment operator. His favorite memory is playing in his first golf meet. Landon Cramey, dual sport athlete, baseball and golf. Up next, Hunter Lang is the son of Shannon and Ron Lang of Owensville. Hunter plans to go to East Central College to earn a bachelor's degree in business administration. Then he will move back to Owensville where he will work for Hayner's Termite and Insect Control. His favorite memory is when someone in his group leaned on their club and snapped it in half. Hunter Lang. And our final senior of tonight, Timmy Winterbauer, is the son of the late Tim Winterbauer and Linda Boyd and Gary Jarvis of Gerald. Timmy plans to pursue a bachelor's in business administration while obtaining his insurance license and sell commercial insurance. His favorite memory is when Van Leer walked up to him, looked at his golf shafts, and they realized he was using old man senior flex shafts. Timmy Winterbauer. If we could all squeeze in towards the mound, that would be greatly appreciated for a fan picture. We would like to also thank all the coaches, teachers, parents, family, and friends for coming out to tonight's ball game against the St. James Tigers for senior night. Here shortly, we will get the first pitch off. If you're ready for some baseball fans, let's make some noise.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There's the seniors of spring baseball and spring golf. Got a good crew out there, and it looks like the weather held off for senior night. All we can do is hope that it holds off for the remainder of the evening. There's a chance I might be joined by Mr. Scott Lewis also on the mics tonight, but there's also a chance that I might not. So you might have just me. My name is Tyler Ehring. I am a teacher here at Owensville High School. We run the TV studio program. I just ran into a chair. So you'll have me. We'll call balls and strikes. We'll do some replays. We'll do some analysis of what's going on. We'll have some fun this afternoon. But for the time being, we got some time before game actually starts. I am going to go ahead and throw it to commercial. And if you've seen it before, because you've tuned into one of our broadcasts, then this will be something that's familiar to you. This commercial is of the Lakeside Book Publishing Company here in town, formerly known as the Custom Printing. R.R. Donnelly, LSC Communications, gives you a little bit of insight on Lakeside Company as it was forming and where it's at now, and also has some interviews as well. So this was made by 3 of our OHS TV studio senior students for a contest, and they did a fantastic job on it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Lakeside Book Company video.
Custom Printing Company was founded in St. Louis, Missouri in 1962. The company has developed an ever-expanding workforce of over 500 employees.
The success of Custom Printing Company is made possible by a dedicated workforce, along with continually updated modern equipment.
Hi, I'm Jaden Zelch.
And I'm Lily Reed. Our third partner, Maddox Parker, will be conducting an interview later on.
For the latest Generation Film Contest, we decided to spotlight a multi-generational business in our hometown, Owensville, Missouri.
Lakeside Book Company, formerly known as Custom Printing, has been around in our community for many generations and has truly influenced our community.
In this submission, you will see videos from inside Lakeside Book Company, as well as interviews and older footage from Custom Printing Co. and our community.
Let's throw it way back and look at some footage from before we were born.
Our pre-press department has the ability to work with customer-supplied film or camera-ready copy. Custom Printing has the capability to produce as many as 8,000 page negatives per day. Once film is processed, the next step is the film assembly area. Here, page negatives are assembled in many different impositions by skilled strippers. Once all the negatives are accurately placed, painstaking attention is paid to each and every page to make sure that each and every detail is perfect. Quality checks and proofing procedures are implemented to assure accuracy of the project before being plated and sent to the press room.
Technology has definitely increased the speed in which we can do all those things. It's taking the old film days and converting that to digital, direct to plate, has taken a lot of time out of the process. And getting into the press room, just a lot of technology improvements with controls and sensors that are computerized, helping us manage our color and registration on our equipment.
We're here in the lobby of Lakeside Book Company.
During our time here, our partner Maddox sat down for an interview with the manager, Matt Dosey.
I'm Maddox Parker. I'm here with...
Matt Dosey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Quite well, thank you.
Good. So can you tell us a little bit about your role here at Lakeside Book Company and how long you've been here?
Sure. My role is working with the customer service team, the logistics team, and also the quality team to make sure we're delivering a quality product to our customers. And I've been with the company 34 years.
How many people does Lakeside Book Company employ?
It fluctuates slightly, but around 440.
What does Lakeside Book Company specialize in?
Primarily, we're an educational book printer. We do a lot of work with some of the large educational customers, and then we also do some commercial work as well, and some government contracts.
What does the printing process entail?
So we start out with our customers who have a book they want to publish. They send us a file. We approve that file for printing standards, and then we go ahead and run sheet-fed components for the cover. We run web components for the text, and then we bind and ship out the product. So fairly simplistic, but a lot of steps in between.
Lakeside does a lot for the community. What kinds of things do you guys try to do to help the school and the community?
Sure. We have a program, we call it Dollars for Doers, and that's really any of our employees that are interested in helping with programs that they're interested in, we support, but our primary that we've supported over the years, Helping Hands, with some donations, as well as the Owensville school system, elementary all the way through high school, and then we also do a lot with the Chamber of Commerce.
Can you tell us about the beginnings of Lakeside Book Company and Custom Printing?
So I actually worked here for 7 years when Custom Printing Company with Don Lennar and his team, and there's been 8 different owners over those years that we've experienced, and today we're still doing the same sort of projects that we have. So a lot's changed, but we're still producing books and very competitive in the marketplace.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
We reached out to the family that initially brought this business to Owensville.
In the next clip, you will see an interview with a member of the Lenauer family. I'm here with Mark Lenauer. Mark, how are you today?
I'm well.
Can you tell us a bit about why your family decided to get into custom printing and how?
Actually it was my father started the business in 1960. He didn't go to college, he was just out of high school. He decided he wanted to get into the printing business, so he borrowed $500 from his mother, bought a small multi-lift press, and started doing business cards and letterheads. In 1969, we were needing more room. There was a building available in Owensville. Chamber of Commerce contacted us and said that this building was available, which happened to be at that time on Old Springfield Road. They were happy to see us come to Owensville. There was a need for a new employer due to the fact that Brown Shoe Company was closing a lot of their facilities throughout the state of Missouri, and Owensville was one of them. So moving to Owensville was good for us. It was good for Owensville. And time we moved here, we had 13 employees, continued to do government printing. And over the years, we built the building that the printing business is currently in now. We employed over 700 people at that particular point when we decided to sell. And we were generating $30 million in revenue that went out into the local community. So over the years, custom printing was good for Owensville. But I would also say, due to the work ethic, Owensville was very good for Custom Printing Company. So it worked both ways. The people in Owensville had a work ethic that was just incredible. And that was the secret to the custom printing success.
We believe that Lakeside Book Company has shaped our community from an economic standpoint, as well as molded our community values of lending a helping hand.
We hope you enjoyed this look into a very crucial part of our community, and we'll leave you with some footage comparing then versus now.
Perhaps the biggest advantage that Owensville has to offer a prospective business is that the business is wanted and appreciated by the community. It is difficult to be successful where you are not wanted. The qualities of an area and of a people are difficult to assess. The Owensville community is unique from many other communities in that the great majority of people who live here do so because they want to, not because they have to. And because they want to live here, they have the concern and desire to be a part, to help, to belong, to make the community a better place to live. Whether it be in joining a service organization, planting a flower bed for the annual Tulip Festival, building a float to be in the annual county fair, or helping to organize a community arts and crafts fair, the people of Owensville are involved and welcome those who will be a positive addition.
Hi, my name is Timothy Winterbauer, and I'm a senior in the class of 2025 at Owensville High School, located in Central Missouri. Today, we're going to be talking about how to become truly prepared for life after high school while keeping the 6 core Wayfinder skills in mind. Our first stop is going to be our school counselors, and I encourage you to talk to yours as well. Mrs. Evans, how can school counselors help students figure out how to be prepared for life after high school?
Well, Timmy, our goal is to get you thinking about what your interests and goals are, and then see how your strongest skills tie to them.
So you're saying I should use some self-awareness and figure out what I like to do, what I want to do, as well as figure out my strengths and weaknesses?
That's exactly right, Timmy. Once we start getting these ideas out there, we encourage you to reflect on it yourself, but then also with your family, friends, and important people in your life.
So you're saying I should collaborate with the key stakeholders in my life?
Absolutely. People who are closest to you are going to try to help you find the path that's right for you. Whether it's going to college, joining the workforce, joining the military, each of those are fantastic choices if you put your mind to it.
Well, thank you, Miss Evans. I think I'm going to go collaborate with someone that I trust and someone that inspires me. Coach Candro, I'm starting to think about what I want to do for my life after high school and how to get it started and having a purpose and getting it done.
It sounds like a very confusing time, Jimmy. I was in the same boat myself. I think the biggest thing is you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look at what's out there, and as things change, you're going to have to adapt to the changes, because you might have different feelings and thoughts a year from now or 6 months from now, and you got to be able to adapt to those changes.
That sounds kind of stressful, though. What if I change my mind or decide I want to do something else? How do I not get set back from others?
Well, I mean, anybody who works with you has to have empathy and understanding that you're going to have changes, and they're going to have to adapt to what's going on with you. I think you have to have empathy for yourself as well, because if you don't give yourself a little slack, how can you make those changes and the adjustments you need on your life?
Well, thank you, Coach Candro. I think that's going to give me a good place to start, and I think I'm going to start exploring some of my options now.
Well, I think it's a wise idea, Timmy.
After conducting my own research and collaborating with the key stakeholders in my life, I've truly set myself up to be prepared for life after high school. I now need to use the agency of my own voice to make the best decisions for my future. Ultimately, there's no right or wrong answer. You need to do what's best for you. Thank you for watching and considering my submission.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Sorry I played a second commercial there for you guys. I actually got caught up talking here. In the press box, I'm very, very excited because we will have another voice. It will not just be me tonight on the microphones. We have Coach Lewis, who will be joining us here shortly. He's going to be doing the PA announcing here at the beginning of the game to announce these lineups. We've got 2 angles for you tonight. I've got the amazing Sam Terrell is going to be running the camera that you see right here, but right now you can tell there's a trash bag on that camera, and there's a trash bag on it because we do have a light drizzle. Sam is here to help us with that field cam, and hopefully the rain stays either to a light drizzle or just stops raining. That would be awesome altogether. But we also have this cam. We will switch to this cam often as well when the ball is in play and whenever things are going on the field. While we have some time here, I do want to bring up the schedules here. I brought this up a moment ago, but the Dutchmen are off to a great start this season. They have a 9-8 record. In their last 3 games, they've been on the road. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and the biggest win out of those 3 was at Sullivan, where they took on not only a Four Rivers Conference opponent, but probably the stiffest competition in the district that the Dutchmen are playing in. Sullivan also has a pitcher with the last name Gower that is committed to Texas Tech. That is who they faced that day. They chased Gower out of the game in the 7th inning and were able to take the lead in the 7th inning to get that very important 4-3 victory, which will help set them up for the coaches meeting when they're deciding the seeding for the districts and who gets buys. Help set the Dutchmen up for a good chance at securing that first round bye in the number 1 overall seed in the district. And I guess while we're on that topic, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Class 4 District 4 for baseball, which features the Dutchmen. So far, the Dutchmen have already beat Salem. I believe they 10-run Salem earlier this season. They've already beaten St. Clair, and they've already beaten Sullivan. So they only have 2 teams remaining in their district to play, and that would be Cuba and St. James here today. So it's a good chance that the Dutchmen go into districts with a very high seed, potentially even that number 1 seed. I think Sullivan was probably projected maybe to be that number 1 seed as they won the district last year, and they had a lot of returners. But like I said, the Dutchmen came out and got that big victory last week. Coming into this game, St. James has had a little bit of a tougher time this season. Their record sits at 4-13. Their wins coming against Vienna, Bell, Iberia, and Owensville. So some of the smaller schools that the Dutchmen have also played. Owensville, not really a small school per se, but Owensville is a school that is located near Fort Leonard Wood. They have a lot of players come and go throughout the season with the military families moving in and out. So Owensville typically has a little bit tougher time when it comes to sports, and I remember that from whenever I was coaching baseball as well. Talking to their coach, they'd have some players that were in their starting roster that just purely weren't even at the school anymore by the end of the baseball season. But without further ado, that means that St. James has not secured a win against any of the Four Rivers Conference opponents this far. They've lost to New Haven, they've lost to Sullivan, and they have lost to Herman and St. Clair, some of those teams of which the Dutchmen have secured wins against. So they got some common opponents coming into this game. I would definitely say, based on that information, that the Dutchmen are the favorites. However, you got to play the game. So we're going to see what happens here tonight. Tonight is also senior night. You saw the senior night ceremony before the game started, and we celebrate those seniors tonight. I think you're going to get to see a lot of those guys in the starting lineup. And playing tonight. So, without further ado, I guess I will share with you guys the starting lineup for the Dutchmen because I do have a copy of that. I don't have a picture of it, so you'll have to bear with me and listen. But the Dutchman starting lineup is going to be number 2, Zayden Gates, batting first. He's batted first mostly throughout this season. He's the starting shortstop for the Dutchmen. Great glove out in the field. Senior baseball, basketball, and football player. Batting in the 2-hole is going to be the left fielder, Logan Bailey, also a senior, also a football player and baseball player. Batting 3-hole, Landon Crammy playing first base. Our last broadcast that we did, Landon Crammy had his first start on the mound since he was a freshman. So Landon Crammy going to be patrolling first base, one of the bigger bats on this Dutchman team, also a senior, also a wrestler. Batting in the 4-hole is going to be our first non-senior. That's Chase Wyrick playing third base. We had a game earlier this season where Chase was on the mound. He threw 11 strikeouts and hit a 3-run home run in a victory over St. Clair. Chase will be patrolling third base today, the hot corner. At second base, we have another senior, Jansen Leb. Jansen Leb, basketball player, part of that district championship basketball team, and now also on this baseball team. Behind the plate is Chris Allen, another non-senior. He's a junior, and he will be catching Mr. Owen Binkholder. Owen Binkholder is not in the batting lineup today, but he's the pitcher. He's also a senior. Now we have the announcing of the lineups.
Batting second and playing center field is 23, Muir. Batting third and playing second base is 26, Wilson. Batting fourth and playing left field is number 5, Freeman. Batting sixth and pitching is number 6, Mitchell. Batting sixth and playing third base is 21, Plummer. Batting seventh is catching is number 27, McCormick. Batting eighth and playing right field is number 7, Wanning. Batting ninth and playing first base is 19, Millsap. And now will be the starting lineup for your Owensville Dutchmen. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 2, Zayden Gates. Batting second and playing left field is number 8, Logan Bailey. Batting third and playing first base is number 9, Landon Crammy. Batting fourth and playing third base is number 23, Chase Wyrick. Batting fifth and playing second base is number 5, Jansen Left. Batting sixth and catching is number 22, Chris Allen. The designated hitter tonight is number 27, Maddox Parker. Batting eighth and playing right field is number 4, Elias Medlock. Batting ninth and playing center field is number 24, Jaden Gerleman. And your pitcher for tonight's game is number 20, Owen Binkholter. Please rise and remove your caps as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as of right now, we are going to run with just this one camera, but I do have good news. You got another voice on the chat tonight. Coach Scott Lewis. Coach, how's it going?
It's going. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad that I wasn't out there getting that rain shower that the rest of the players were getting.
Yeah, I know. Coach Kemp didn't look too happy out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is just spring baseball season here in Missouri. And, Coach, I'll pull up some different things that we have here on the screen. Like I said earlier, the starting lineup, we have Owen Binkholder. He's pitching. Owen Binkholder comes in as a senior. He is starting only his first game, I think, of the season. He's pitching relief a little bit. He's got 4 innings to the season. He's not giving up an earned run. He's got 1 strikeout. So you had Owen in class?
I do not, no.
Have you ever had Owen in class?
Yeah. Oh, I taught all these kids back in when they were in 8th grade. I'm having difficulties up here. But back in 8th grade, no, I taught him. Unfortunately, no, not this year, but sat on an interview in your classroom one time with him. I think he was the producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We lost a feed there for just a second. We had a cable tied up with Coach Kemp's cable. But, yeah, I got Owen in class for TV Studio this year. He does a great job for us. I know he's a big baseball fan, sports fan just in general. I know he watches pretty much all sports. So if the rain does die down here, guys, we will get that second camera angle for you. But as of right now, this is basically what we have. So, Coach, did you play baseball in high school?
Fun fact. Never played baseball in my life.
Really? Ever?
It's
like
honestly,
never any level?
It's honestly one of the fun facts that I actually thought about how much of a sports fan and big Cardinal ball watcher. I watch a lot of baseball, but never hardly played an organized game of baseball in my life. Can you believe that?
That is shocking to me. I would not have guessed that.
Obviously played slow pitch softball and played all those leagues and stuff like that, but never was a T-ball player. Spent my summers on the water and doing things like that and never really got into it, but doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. Very much enjoy watching it.
Well, would you like – I'm going to give you the play-by-play, the pitch-by-pitch. It's going to be 1 pitch, 1 out here for these Dutchmen. That's exactly what the doctor ordered, so this is just so I can take replays.
Oh, you're good.
So if something cool happens. But you got it. I'll run this.
Whatever you got. All right, so Owen's down 1 right here.
And if you want their lineup.
Kind of an awkward throw right there. Looks a little high. Let's see. For St. James, we got Maurer, it looks like, number 23. Well, first pitch of the game was really good. Now he looks like he's little weather elements might be struggling, trying to just get it down there.
Yeah, I imagine getting a grip on that thing right now has to be a little bit of a challenge out there.
I know how hard it is throwing a football in this weather, so I can only imagine.
Wow.
What a play by Chase Wyrick. Nice little dribbler down the left. Both hitters hitting left down that line, but Chase Wyrick makes a pretty good play right there.
I have to imagine, Owen comes in, he throws lots of strikes, maybe not the fireballer, but I imagine the St. James players are going to be probably pulling a lot based on the speed of the pitch.
I would agree with that. Another one pulled to left. Looking foul.
Holy.
Foul ball.
That one just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Carried right off the screen. You guys weren't able to see that, but that one was deep. I'd say what? Would you say 280?
It was borderline almost fair, too. I don't know how that umpire saw that. I can barely see the line, and I'm up top here.
Yeah. Well, it was also strange because the umpire didn't really straddle the foul line there. He was kind of hanging out in foul territory, just like we are. I would have probably been right on the foul line to see it.
Little flip blooper right to shortstop Zane Gates, and he makes the play. That was pretty harmless inning right there for Owen.
Yeah, I can't really ask for any more than that. We'll go ahead and go to a 30-second commercial here where you will get to hear about the greenhouse here at OHS.
Never would have thought that from taking a class in school, it would lead to so many opportunities. My greenhouse class has taught me so much more than just about the growing and selling of flowers and produce. Because of this class, I went on to compete with our FFA program in floriculture, and my team ended up qualifying for nationals at the state convention. In fact, we finished 7th overall in the entire nation. This experience taught me so much about teamwork and dedication. My team and I worked hard to earn our national placing. Show me learning that works.
I remember it was the last rainy game. Well, actually, every game's been raining here. If you know.
You are not kidding, Coach. So we are back here, and to start things off for these Dutchmen is going to be the guy that you saw make the play at the end of the last inning there, Zayden Gates. Zayden Gates has done a great job occupying shortstop for these Dutchmen. He brings a little bit of speed element to this team, batting .333 with 20 stolen bases and 18 runs. It's kind of exactly what you look for at the top of the lineup. You got to coach Zayden in both basketball and football. What can you say about this senior on the Dutchman baseball team, Coach?
Oh, someone who is going to be immensely missed. Hard worker, someone who I've seen just mold into a very special athlete, but also just a great human being. I don't think he would have ever imagined 5 years ago playing basketball in high school, but the impact he had with Coach Van Leer and I on the basketball court was amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
Coming from a freshman that didn't really know what he was doing to then being a 2-year starter his junior and senior year and being one of our best players. It paid off for him, too, that he got to be able to walk out as a district champion and that. And even knowing how unfortunate the football season went, but he was a tremendous athlete in that. Couldn't ask him anything more from him.
Absolutely. He was a lot of fun to watch play basketball. He fulfilled that role down low where he, would get buckets, but also worked really hard off the boards. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Zayden takes the first one high, it looks like.
And for those watching at home, underneath the first inning marker, there is a pitch count. That's going to be for our pitcher, not anything else.
Well, Zayden takes a rip at it. Looks a little inside to me, but I think he had the swing away. Maybe be interesting to see how this rain plays out if some of these guys get aggressive.
Yeah, I think the best thing from a viewer's perspective here, as count moves to 2-1, is we want to see people swinging the bat in the game of motion. The worst thing could happen is just tons of walks in this rain. But I guess if they're going to walk, we'd rather be our guys than their guys.
That is very true, very true. I know Zayden probably drives a lot of walks up here. I know he likes to steal a lot of bases, fast kid, so it wouldn't shock me if he draws another one right up here.
One thing that you have to watch for, especially when the turf gets wet like this, and we've seen it in one of the last games, that was right down the pipe, is if you're stealing second, you got to make sure you either start your slide a little bit earlier because you're going to slide further, or be grabbing onto that bag as you go past it.
Ooh, right down past the first baseman. It's a pretty good rip. And that water probably played a little bit of factor in that vision right there.
Yeah, what's weird is the ball is going to skip differently off of a wet turf than it would a dry turf. So, first baseman, a little hot to handle. I think I'd give Zayden a hit on that one, not an E3. But that's going to bring Logan Bailey to the plate. Logan comes in. His bat has gotten hotter and hotter as the season's gone on. He's batting .306 now with 7 runs and 7 RBIs scored alike as we watch Zayden there at first base.
He's taking off.
It's going to be bunted just foul.
Just foul, yeah. Wouldn't shock me if they get after it again the second time.
You know, the bunt is such a important piece of the game, especially in high school baseball, because if you can get a good bunt down, now you're not only moving runners, but you're also forcing that defense to make a play, and in the rain, that's going to be even magnified the difficulty. Check on the runner over there at first, but Zayden is in with plenty of time. There goes Gates. He slides.
Perfect. There's that slide you talked about. Oh, he's taking it back.
Oh, he's going to go for 3. And he's going to be in easy.
He even went early that time, and he's still struggling. I bet his jersey's soaked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one time on the base paths. Gets a stolen base there. Raises that count now to 21 stolen bases. But it came at the expense of him being soaked for the rest of the evening.
Get it done now. He won't be wet, complaining about being wet at any point in the game if you're wet early.
That is very true. Bailey faces an 0-2 count here, so he's going to be protecting anything close. That ball is going to be high. Just got to update where they are on the base paths here. Sometimes I forget about that. The Dutchmen threatening to score here early on already. Bailey swings and misses. That ball was caught, so I don't know why.
Zayden's taking it.
So heads up play by Zayden, but I don't know that catcher had to throw down. To me, I thought that ball was caught. What did you think, Coach?
I thought it was too. I think that's what did him a little. He didn't know exactly himself, even from the response from the umpire, so he threw it back down there.
Smart play by Logan Bailey, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with running down the first base. You weren't looking back.
Take him out, man. Yeah. You never know.
If you force a throw, then, yeah, Zayden takes advantage there, and the Dutchmen get on the board there. First pitch is going to miss outside. The pitcher
we got here, Landon Crammy.
Pitcher for the St. James Bulldogs is Mitchell. Not sure what the first name is, but T. Mitchell. I'll look up on Misha real quick, some rosters.
Down left center. Looks like center fielder can't catch it. He's going to be round first. He's dug in for 2. Going to be bang, bang. Hold that tag. There we go. He's good.
So Landon Crammy is going to boost that average, as some of the baseball guys told me that he's hitting to some bad luck lately as his batting average.
I know he loves that. He's been itching. He's been telling me all about it, how many balls he hits right to somebody.
Yeah, that was the talk in my TV studio class. Because I was going over these stats so I can make these updated overlays that you guys see here, and yeah, they were talking about how he had been hitting to some bad luck. So T. Mitchell, the pitcher is Trevor Mitchell, according to Misha. Put us a man on second. We still got 1 out in this inning. The lone out was a strikeout by number 2 hole hitter, Logan Bailey. But now probably the hottest hitter on this Dutchman baseball team is Chase Wyrick Jr. Started the season off very, very cold, batting in the 100s, and has already climbed up to nearly 400 now.
He's got a nice 2-0 count right here. Hasn't seen really anything good to really want to swing at it, so he takes a rip now.
Ball's carrying. My goodness, the ball's carrying like crazy tonight. Right fielder does make the catch.
We're going to get a good
tagging up from second here, and he's going to go all the way home on a fly ball to right field. So that's a very interesting sac fly in the scorer's book. Now that at bat will count as an 0 for 0. Not going to count against the batting average since it scored the run on the sac fly. So if I'm Chase Wyrick, I'm probably going to the dugout and saying thank you to Landon Crammy for hustling out there on the base paths.
Yeah. That ball just did carry, though. You weren't kidding. That ball carried.
Yeah, that looked like an easy can of corn off the bat, but my God,
easily.
that got, what, 25, 30 feet from the fence?
It was close. At least from my angle, it looked like it.
Means you get it up there in that jet stream today, something good might happen for you.
Jansen taking a rip here.
Jansen comes into this one batting .340, 10 runs scored on the season, 8 walks. So OPS on base percentage is going to be a little bit higher too because he's able to, draw good at bat, see a lot of pitches.
Pretty good pitch right there, right off the outside corner.
Yeah, if I'm Trevor Mitchell, that's probably where I'm trying to live. That's a good spot to be. If you can paint that corner, that's hard to hit. That's going to bloop in there, I think, no, that one carried too. All right, that's going to do it for the Dutchmen in the bottom half of the first inning, but not before they were able to score 2 runs and take a 2-0 lead in this one. Speaking of Logan Bailey, who ran out that strikeout to score the first run, we're going to listen to Logan talk about nutrition here.
I've always been somebody who takes pride in their health, so when I got the opportunity to take nutrition, I knew it would be a great opportunity to help me improve my health and wellness. In nutrition class, I have learned how to make nutritious and healthy meals to give my body the strength it needs throughout the day. We have practiced cooking these meals and using the right balance of health and flavor to make a great meal that anyone can enjoy. I have also built my leadership and communication skills in this class. Therefore, I will be continuing my nutrition education. Show me learning that works.
All right, as we move here into this second inning of play here, we'll update our scoreboard for you guys. The Dutchmen lead by a score of 2-0 after a very quick top of the first inning. Owen only threw 6 pitches in that top of the first inning, and one thing that you're going to notice about Owen Binkholder, he's going to throw lots of strikes and fill the zone. What did you think about Owen's first inning there, Coach?
I mean, quick, blurred later. 2 batters were down, quick as can be. Next thing you know, I'm interested, though, to see how this plays out. If a lot of guys come back from the St. James dugout and they're telling them, hey, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Don't be eager, maybe, because everyone was pulling it left to start the game. So I'm curious to see how this next inning plays out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the one thing that's going to happen on a day like today, Owen's going to rely on his defense behind him, and so far they've looked good. Gets ahead here in the count. I can't tell you how much as a coach, you just love it when your pitcher gets ahead in the count.
Oh, yeah.
My gosh, that makes it.
First pitch strikes are great.
Yes, yes. And I think he didn't throw a first pitch strike to that second batter, but the other 2 last inning he did. So 3 out of 4 is pretty good.
A little wild pitch right there. Might get a few of those with these wet conditions. Looks like the rain's kind of letting up a little bit right here if it hasn't already.
Yeah, we might have another camera angle here for you in just a little bit if we can get the rain to continue to let down like that. Got some good help here tonight. Sam Terrell helping us with cameras and helping us set things up this afternoon. Sam Terrell, a member of the OHS Intro to TV Studio class. And, Sam, you're in the TV studio class next year, right? So Sam's going to have to put up with me for a little bit longer. Scoreboard operator, P.R. Robinson, says, I'm sorry. So take that for what you will, I guess. All right, Owen's on the verge of losing his first batter here if he can't find the strike zone.
Started it good. Just kind of lost it for a while here.
Not going to get any help on that call from the umpire as it's going to send a runner down to first base on a leadoff walk. Leadoff walks typically lead to runs, so hopefully the Dutchmen can work to avoid that fate this inning.
Looks like this brings up St. James's pitcher, Mitchell. Was it Trevor we said?
Yes, Trevor. And Owen threw.
We got to play at third here. Got him out at second, though. Could not complete the double play.
So on the 12th pitch of the game from Owen, going to get an out at second base on the force play.
Made it look like Landon was out of the bag or something maybe there at first. Didn't seem like timing. I think maybe he just got off the bag.
But good to get that, one pitch ground ball out as batter's going to end up wearing that. Oh, was that the bat?
Looks like it might have been the bat.
Wait, No, I think he's saying that he didn't get out of the way. He's making him stay. So the ball hit the batter's front elbow, but he's saying they leaned into it. They decided not to lean into that one because why would you take it twice in the same spot if you're not going to get rewarded for it? So Owen gets a little bit of a gift there in this at bat. It's the right call. You see it not. You don't see it made that often though. Owen finds the zone there. Bring it to a 2-1 count.
Pretty good spot to be living right there. I'd keep it low like that for him. Just they're eager to jump on it, and I think that's just a high percentage that they're just going to dribble it off or they're going to miss it. He stays low again. Fouled off left. About took out one of our coaches there next to the dugout. Oh, Coach Benton might have wore that on the ankle. I don't know.
This Dutchman baseball team is coached by head coach Stephen Kemp, and then assistant coaches Steve Benton, Brady Smith, and Brandon Howard. Got a good crew down there.
Hit right to the center fielder.
Gerlman didn't even have to hardly move for that one.
No, that ball didn't carry. I'll take that, though, for us, our Dutchman.
Yeah, from an outfielder's perspective, having to look into the sky, that's gray to find a white ball while raindrops are hitting your eyeballs, usually a little bit tougher. Especially if you see a really high fly ball out there, then it gets really tough because you're looking straight up into that sky. It's not helping you out at all. You almost wish you had like work glasses on, clear work glasses, so you're not getting pelted.
Some
with
yellow,
rain.
the old school yellows.
Yeah, just to make that ball.
Make it a little brighter.
Yeah. Owen does a good job of keeping his runner close for his catcher, Chris Allen.
Big old hack on that one. Looked a little inside high, but they're still eager. They're swinging away here.
Owen's ahead in the count here, 0-1. Only 18 pitches so far through the first 5 outs of the game here. Ball's going to miss a little bit inside. To the 19 viewers that are with us right now that have been bouncing in and out, feel free to jump in the chat. If you got anything to say, you got any questions for Coach Lewis and myself, we'd love to hear from you. And gives us a little bit more to talk about. If you're watching on a TV, though, then that's going to be a little bit harder. So I understand. It's a good day to be watching the game from a TV and not in the bleachers.
Good save there by Chris Allen.
Count moves to 2-1 here. Ball was right back. I think if that netting wasn't there, Coach,
we would get smoked.
I think that might have came right directly.
Right at you. That was right at you.
I love watching those videos of people at professional baseball games when the
foul ball gets all the way up top.
Yeah, people scrambling. Did you see the play by Arenado the other night down the third base line where he fell into the stands?
Yeah,
that was
sat on that kid, that poor girl. I think the dad was more hyped up than she was. Play down here for Chase Wyrick.
Oh, good dig by Landon Crammy to end that thing.
Great play.
You know, it's going to be tough over there for Crammy. I'm sure he's going to be fighting some, potentially errant throws based on the fact that it's going to be hard to get a grip on the ball. With that said, we'll go and take another break here, and we're going to go hear from Legends Bank, who sponsored the scoreboard in the gymnasium. Thanks to them for their support, and here's Jared Niederer.
Legends Bank is proud to be a part of this community. Legends Bank believes in supporting education and are proud supporters of your Dutchmen and Dutch girls. Your kids are our kids, and we're cheering them on through all of life's big changes. Legends Bank offers many financial tools, loans for a home, car, business, real estate, or agriculture, and offers services just like the National Bank, such as online banking through legendsbk.com, our mobile app, or in person, because we love to still see you at the bank. Legends Bank, your town, your bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And I believe last inning, let's see how good my memory is. I think it ended off with Jansen Leb because it's bringing the 6-hole hitter, Chris Allen, this Dutchman backstop. to the plate to start things off. Allen, one of the other very sure bats in this batting lineup for the Dutchmen. He's batting nearly 400. He's got some pop, and he brings in 12 RBIs. The one thing you're not going to see Allen rack up in the stat sheet is runs, though. As a catcher, if he gets on base, you're going to see him get courtesy ran for. Usually what Coach Kemp has been doing this season, from what we've seen so far, is he courtesy runs Liam Rasmussen, who is a sophomore. And hopefully we get to see Chris get on base here. Or maybe he can just go seek out home run number 2 this year, get it up in that jet stream and float on out of here.
I'll take that. That'd be nice.
Heck yeah. I don't know if you ever heard the call. It was my first year live broadcasting baseball games, and we had Mackenzie Pig up here. I had Mackenzie Pig and Ayla Schmanke also on headsets, and Chris Allen hits a home run, and as he's coming down the third baseline, his whole team comes out, to congratulate him like they do. And Mackenzie, her call was, man, it's just so cute. It's like, ooh. That's not a cool home run call, Mackenzie.
I don't know if that's great.
So, Chris, rest assured, if you hit a home run, we won't call it cute. You won't have to hear that from me.
You can get a guarantee out of me, I won't.
Yeah, you won't.
Oh, he got a nice wild pitch to start. It didn't look too great. Mitchell's still up on the mound. Same pitcher from before, but I'm sure the elements are still giving him a little fits as he's smiling at that one.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be able to get a grip on that ball for sure. And it's going to be something that they fight all game. Mitchell did walk the leadoff batter last inning, Zayden Gates. That led to the Dutchman's first run. He scored in a pretty unique way. He stole second, ball went to the outfield, got to third on the errant throw, and then on a strikeout that was caught by our best judgment, Logan Bailey ran down the first base line, catcher threw to try to get that runner out, and because he threw, Zayden Gates took off from third using that speed to score the first Dutchman run.
Chris is sitting here pretty right now, but I don't think he's going to see a strike.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to see, well, I guess unfortunate, fortunate. He's going to get down to first base. I'm sure that's not how he wanted to get down there. And you'll see him come off the field here in just a moment, and it looks like Andrew Brown, Sr. is going to run for him today here on Senior Night. Andrew Brown, another awesome student here at OHS. Played football, I believe, right?
Yeah, he played football. Gave it a shot this past year.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, here is something I'm very excited about. One of my TV studio students, Maddox Parker, is coming to the plate for his first at-bat of the season, and he's going to rope one somewhere if he gets us.
Mad Dog Parker.
Let's go, Maddox. Trevor has been unable to find the strike.
Ooh, and Andrew's taking second. Oh, a little trouble out there on second base.
Yeah, stopping on, yeah, this is just not the best conditions to try to play a baseball game in, but some of you at home might be wondering, you can't really see on the screen very well, but we do have a light rain still continuing to fall. You can kind of see on the base paths where the base paths look a little bit more glossy than the rest of the field, and that's because that's going to collect a little bit more water because it's indented part of the field that's used more than the rest of the field. But you might wonder why we're playing this game if it's still raining. Well, it's a conference game. We've got to get it in. And it was also scheduled for senior night. And this game has already been rescheduled once. So I imagine the athletic director, Coach Johnson's not up here anymore, but I imagine he just wants to see this thing get in.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure of it. No lightning. Let's get it done. Let's play.
Absolutely. And, you got the turf field, and that's part of the reason why you have it, so you can get these kind of games in. And, if we were playing at the park at Memorial still, we absolutely would not be playing right now. It would just not be possible. Count moves to 2-1 after that foul ball by Parker.
Oof.
It's a good cut on that one. Going to move the count to 2-2. Maddox trying to drive in.
Oh, I know.
Andrew Brown out there.
It'd be nice. That dugout's going to love this. Ooh, good cut.
But hard rip. A little bit ahead of that one. Keep the count at 2-2 here.
Pitcher's kind of found his spot, though, now. Let's find the strike zone. Right back to the pitcher.
Maddox reaches out and pokes. It does advance the runner. but will be retired on the ground ball to the pitcher.
Just a little too soft. I think that if that was a little harder, it would have got past him, but it was just a little too much. Not enough on it, I should say, but does his job, moves the runner.
Fly ball to the outfield will now score Andrew Brown there at third base on a tag, and that's going to
rip
be,
here.
holy smokes. That was a great shot there by
two-hopper right to the fence.
Elias Medlock. He's going to have a stand-up double there, and I don't really know that he could have hit that one much better. Maybe he just barely missed the barrel. Otherwise, if you would have got anything under that, I think that thing would have floated out of here.
Oh, I agree with you. He had intentions to swing away, though. He wasn't watching anything.
Oh, no. He was ready to rope when he got something. He's going to bring Jaden Gurlem, the speedster, to the plate. He comes in batting .333. Whoa. Squared to bunt, but pulled back. I think they called the ball, didn't they?
I'm not sure. He kind of looked back at the ump. He was a little confused himself.
Bunted that one so hard that it almost went into the dugout gate on a fly.
Between two coaches, too.
Yeah, that was not something you see often.
Oh, let's see if he does the same, tries to go back for it here.
That one's straight back to us.
Didn't hit the roof, but it was near us.
Hey, Sam, if you just want, we can call it. You want to bring the camera up here? We'll just go with one for the whole night. You're good to go. I don't think it's going to let up. If you want to hang out, you're definitely more welcome to hang out. I think we're going to punt on the second camera tonight. Would be nice to be able to have it, but I just don't see in this situation the rain letting up. Your thoughts, Coach?
Oh, no.
I think
it's going to be a nice wet whole evening. Ooh. There were a couple ones getting close, but Gurleman takes and wears that one on the probably on the quad there, but he's fine with it. He's a speedster. He wants to get on base.
Gurleman, another football player, too. He was a tackle machine for the Dutchmen, it seemed like, the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
What can you tell us about him on the football field?
Asked him to do a whole lot, seen a lot of game time. Did a little defense, a lot of defense and little offense here and there, and wasn't much to it. Just give him the ball and let him run, or let him put him in the middle and go make a play. And he's hard-nosed. He's tough kid.
Be a bunt straight back to the pitcher is not good. They're gonna say he didn't get him at first base there.
Yeah, he looked pretty clearly safe to me. That throw kind of a little late. You got three runners right now, all pretty good runners here loaded up.
Bring Logan Bailey to the plate.
Bailey stares one right down the middle. Bailey takes a rip. Quick 0-2 count.
But we will count this. Sam, this will count as a filming again since you were here.
See if he can fight this off a little bit here. That one was up and in. That was an easy take. I did get the pitches, so you're good. So it should be 25, if that's the right thing.
Oh, I'm just counting Owen's pitches. So it's.
Oh, you're good.
My ball's going to miss.
Down and away, yeah.
A little outside, 2-2. What'd you say?
Then you can go back on that if you're just counting Owens. There you go. Go one more back.
One more back.
Perfect. I didn't know how you were doing it all. Outside. A little high, too. Fighting back right here.
Well, I'm sure Bailey would love to rip something into a gap here, score some runs. Whew. That one was pretty close, Coach.
It was close. Looked a little up. I know a lot of us, looks like Dutchmen like to get on that plate, but ump rewarded it for it. We'll take it.
Going to move the Dutchmen to 2 runs scored this inning to match their total from last inning. With only 1 out this inning and the bases low, they're going to look to do more damage in this situation. So
got a good opportunity for it with Landon Crammy up and
yeah,
3 really other good runners. So
Yeah, he put something in the gap. It's probably going to clear the bases, I have to imagine.
Yeah, Dutchman would be a nice one to have right now.
Although I will say, this might be a little foreshadowing here. If somebody were to put one in the gap, keep an eye on the base runners as they round the bases, because it is entirely likely that you could see somebody slipping on the turf today. So I imagine you're going to see more short, choppy steps around the bases than those long strides trying to hit the base in stride. Looks like they're also playing the infield in here. Thanks for popping in. Monday, Tuesday. There's soccer Monday, baseball Tuesday.
I'll see. I might be able to pull those.
Okay, sweet. Take it easy, man. See you, bud. Be another ball high here. Move the count to 2-0. Just had sophomore Granite Miles pop in.
Well, that one skips right on the plate.
Granite always willing to help out with a TV studio broadcast, but unfortunately today I don't know that we're going to have enough cameras to be able to do anything with. So you get one view today, but you're at home and you're not wet.
Ooh.
Not often on a 3-0 count do you see somebody ripping, but I'm going to bet today, especially on senior night and in this game, going to get the green light if you get something to swing at.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially, yeah. You got some seniors out there on the bases, senior at the plate.
Can't pull the trigger on that one, though, and this is the one thing that if you're the St. James coach, you dread. You don't want to get into a situation where it's a walk fest and have a hard time throwing strikes. Just makes it hard on everybody.
Yeah.
But pitcher here, Trevor, he's got a lot stacked against him here with this weather. There's no doubt about that.
Looks like, yeah, they're going to maybe talk things over, maybe switch things up. Doesn't guarantee anything. You change a pitcher. How does he react to a wet ball and wet conditions? Doesn't.
100% true. We'll go ahead and take a little break here and show you our FTA video.
When I was in high school, I was a member of FTA and took courses to help me prepare to become a teacher. Upon graduation from high school, I was prepared to start my college courses with a base knowledge in the teaching profession. Now, shortly following high school graduation, I am working as a full-time 8th grade social studies teacher in the district in which I graduated. Without the opportunities that my sub-certification in FTA gave to me in high school, I wouldn't be where I am today. Show me learning that works.
All right, after that mound visit, it looks like they're going to stick with their guy on the mound. And that's going to bring the heavy-hitting Chase Wyrick to the plate. See what kind of damage he can do here with the bases juiced. He's going to take the first one. That's going to send Zayden Gates home easy as the ball got away from the catcher on a wild pitch. It's quite possible that based on the scenario that we have, and Ari, I don't know if I'm ahead, but I do have the score as 6-0.
If you wait long enough and it's wrong, then you'll have parents.
Somebody will tell you.
They'll tell you.
So move the count to 1-1 here. Trying to think here. Let me look at their. Can I see the? I might be able to tell you if I can remember outs.
Right up and back the middle. Shortstop's making a play. He does get the out at first. Runner.
One run's going to come across to score
Who was
here.
that? I'm just making sure. That is Logan Bailey that did get home. Okay.
All right, so coming into this inning, I'm just going to do some counting here myself. Chris led off. Chris got on with a walk, so Chris would have scored. Maddox got out. Elias roped. He scored. That's 2. Jaden got on. He would have scored. Zayden got on. He scored. So that's 4. And then Logan Bailey just scored. That's 5. It should be 7. And the second out there was was that Chase Wyrick? Yeah, so it is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep. You don't need them, I guess. Thank you. All right, it's going to bring another senior, Jansen Leb, to the plate.
He ripped at the first one.
That was a ball.
That was a ball there.
We do have one more live baseball broadcast that will take place next week. It's on Tuesday against Cuba. And then our only other broadcast for the season is going to be Monday, a soccer game. So we got back-to-back nights of broadcasts, Monday and Tuesday, soccer, baseball. And the only other broadcast that will happen this year is graduation. Oh, good rip there by Jansen.
Not down. That's a great rip. Scores Landon Crammy. They're telling him to go for 2. Bad throw back in by the left fielder. And he takes it.
All right. We've batted around here in the second inning. Is going to bring Chris Allen back up to the plate. We'll play the last replay. And it's going to be on this pitch here that Jansen drives that ball into left field to score the runner at third. Chris takes a hack and sends one into the net over here for strike number 1 on a foul ball. You ever had Chris Allen in class?
Oh, yeah, I got him this year.
Man, he's a genius level.
Oh, he's
genius
awesome.
level kid.
He's awesome.
I got to teach him math in middle school, and I felt like I couldn't throw enough stuff at him. Who's counting 1-1 here as he almost had the ball hit his bat.
Yeah.
As it was thrown behind him. St. James does have 2 outs here now in the bottom of the second. Chris is going to have to run that one out, but it's going to go foul. In his first bat, Chris walked on, I believe, 4 pitches, I think. I don't think he got anything to hit at all.
No, I don't think he got nothing. That's the start of the inning. That got a little wet ball, little wild pitches before Mitchell here found his zone a little bit better. He's throwing inside. Chris keeps swinging at it.
And that's one of those pitches you might be watching at home, and it's a little bit harder to see the strike zone with the camera angle that we have now. But, you know, he maybe takes that and it's a ball, but it's close enough with 2 strikes. He's got to protect the zone. Good decision to swing there. Good decision to swing there as well. Chris, a great contact hitter on this team. You're not going to see him strike out or give too many at-bats away. That one's going to advance the runner, which I believe is Jansen out there, ain't it?
Absolutely. Yep, that is Jansen. I can tell the way he runs. Been able to coach Jansen for a long time. I know how when he's moving.
Got a full count here. It's going to be the payoff pitch. Something's going to happen right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a walk. Jansen will be caught at home. So, interesting end of the inning there because since it was ball 4, there is going to be the end of Chris's at bat. So, the next inning will lead off with the DH Maddox Parker batting. So that's going to be the end of that one here. And before I go to break, we've got a couple people popping in the chat here with us. First, Tim Erkey says, looking at radar, rain will come and go all game. Yeah, that's why we ended up pulling our camera. So unfortunately, that's a situation we're dealing with here right now in Owensville. Dominic Grigaitis, are there rules on pitcher disengagement in high school? Are you talking about like in comparison to MLB rules, as you can only disengage 3 times and throw over to a base? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there, Dom. But it's good to hear from you. Dom was one of the baseball players on the last district championship baseball team here a few years back, and was a great catcher and had a good swing. Dom also played football too, I think.
Yeah, last year, senior year. Part of that. Well, yeah, it would have been your 21 district baseball team, 22 probably.
Yeah, that was a
21 football year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Additionally, I want to give a shout-out to Quality Trophies for sponsoring this broadcast. If you are interested in having any trophies, medals, or awards made, make sure you reach out to Quality Trophies. You can find them on Facebook. Additionally, the people running Quality Trophies are Jack Allen and Becca Allen, which is the parents of the catcher that you see right there, Chris Allen. So I'll have something to show you on screen here in just a little bit of some of the stuff that they can do, and we appreciate them sponsoring the broadcast. It helps us be able to grow our TV studio program. Peyton Pendleton says, hey, Mr. T, it's looking good out there. Peyton, I don't know what you're looking at. It's raining out there. Thanks for popping in, though, P. I saw the C-team game. Did it get canceled today? I'm assuming based on
so. Because
I know they said that they weren't leaving anymore. I heard that over the intercom. Which reminds me, Peyton, I gave you a camera today. You still got that camera? You were going to go get some footage of the C-team game as that ball's rolled over to second baseman. Jansen Leb throws over to first. Going to retire. First out of the inning here as Owen has been incredibly efficient, recording 7 outs now on just 24 pitches.
Very efficient.
You know who really appreciates that? The catcher, Chris.
Yeah.
Appreciate when the pitcher's throwing lots of strikes and not making you have real long innings. Oh, my goodness, that one is hit a mile high, and it is carrying deep to right field, and Elias is not able to get that one, as that's going to be a stand-up double for number 19 on this St. James squad.
Number 9-hole hitter, Millsap.
So the 9-hole hitter gets into one and drives
First
it to
baseman.
Deep right field for, I think, the first hit of the game for them. They've had a walk, but I think that's their
Yeah, you
second
might be right.
base runner.
That ball was hit.
Yeah.
That ball was hit. That was a little hard. That's one of them, you said hard ones in the gray sky.
Yeah, that's a tough play to make. Elias was working to his back left as it was really right down the line. Kind of came out of the viewing area for, I think, you guys as you were watching. Owen struggles to find the zone here at the start of this at-bat. Peyton Pendleton says, yeah, I got it in my bag. I'll give it to you in the morning. Perfect. Thanks, Peyton. I appreciate you. Appreciate you always being willing to go film stuff for TV Studio. Means a lot. Now we're back to the top of the lineup for the St. James team as it brings Hudson, the shortstop, starting shortstop for this team. Must be a righty in the field and a lefty batter. I don't know if I've ever seen a left-handed shortstop, at least throwing.
No, that don't happen.
Jax 1988. Is that Jax Johnston? That's the only thing I can think of. Ball's roped.
Ooh, right over Zayden at short.
Gerlman's going to have a chance to throw home here, I
He's
bet.
not going, though. They do not send him.
Not going to lie, Coach, I'm shocked on that one.
I mean, to be down that much, I feel like you just get a little aggressive, but maybe they're confident in their 2- and 3-hole hitters here to drive him in.
Owen faces his first jam here of this one as the visiting Tigers now have runners on first and third with only 1 out. If you're a Cardinals fan, they are back to 500 today, guys. They, on the getaway day against the Pirates here, they were able to sweep the Pirates, and they are now 19-19.
Oh, now he's taking home.
That ball is...
Yeah, he's going to get all the way to third.
So that one got away from Allen. Wild pitch. Shovels it to Binkholder. Gets away from Binkholder. Rolls to no man's land on the mound. And the runner on first goes first to third. The runner was on third. Scores easily. It's going to end the shutout bid here in the top of the third inning.
Another one.
Good block
pitch,
by
yeah,
Allen.
Good stop.
So, Coach, what all sports did you play in high school?
The ones I coached. The football, basketball. Played golf, but never did it in high school. Actually, had some really good guys in my high school that played golf. And never really got into it. Never was really a spring sport guy. Just because I feel like I think I was just done. Never actually got into anything with track, but played a lot more basketball in the spring between just some other guys and things like that, and stuck with them and loved them so much I decided to teach just to go coach them.
And remind me, I know you've told me before, but where did you go to high school at?
Washington.
Washington. Much bigger high school than Owensville.
Yeah, I did remind the kids that.
What was your graduating class there?
Just over 400.
Holy smokes. So that's, that's.
It was around that 415, 412, something like that.
So from your perspective with sports, I mean, I have to imagine it's a lot harder to even make the team at a school that size, right?
It can be. It also, just like what I noticed with almost everything with sports, and comparably to what class you are and what you play, for athletics, it goes in waves, and usually, hopefully, the better you stay competitive, and the kids do, most kids follow suit. But it's it's a lot different. I don't know if I ever want to teach in a different school than here that has that many kids, because sometimes it's hard just remembering 200 names, 150 names. Now you have 400 in a class.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids. That ball is going to get away from Allen here. Got a chance, and he's going to get in under the tag. Make score 8-2 here. I think Owen's just having a tough time getting a grip on the ball out there at this point. They've switched the ball out several times, but there's only so much you can do. Every baseball is going to get wet the moment that it leaves his hand. Allen's had to block a lot to his right.
Yeah, and he's getting frustrated with himself right here. He's kind of missing the same area down and away.
Oh, okay, I see. Jack Allen is Jax. Jack, thanks for joining. Jack Allen is the one that we talked about earlier, sponsoring this broadcast. And if you have any trophy, awards, medals, any kind of needs like that, then that's the guy to go talk to.
See if they're sending him.
Local.
They're going to hold him.
Sports our school district, sports TV studio, and we're very, very appreciative of that. As Owen's going to give a base hit up that does not score the runner from second. Logan Bailey did a good job charging in left field on that ball on the ground. Got it back into the infield quickly. Hold the runner up there at third. Oh, here you go. Jack Allen, also a Washington High School alumni in 2003. He said that he thought he graduated with around 440.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sounds about right.
that would mean, I think Owensville's graduating classes recently have been around the 110, 115, 120 mark, so roughly like 3 times bigger than here.
Yeah.
Who was some of the best athletes that you can remember that you either played with or against during your time watching? Anybody that made it onto the professional level?
Yeah. I don't think there was really much in high school before I got there. Scott Suggs was a senior when I was an 8th grader. He got to go and play at the University of Washington.
For football?
For basketball.
Basketball, oh, wow.
Mr. Basketball, show me basketball, everything. I got to play with 2 of his younger brothers, and they were really good. One of them, they played in Northern Iowa football. One of them played basketball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those some big Division I schools.
But no, I got to the old fan. What's the word? I always say this. My freshman year, I wasn't on the field, but I watched Timberland had Monte Ball, who played.
Monty Ball.
Monty Ball.
Oh,
he
wow.
He was a special. He was good.
Former running back for the Broncos.
Yep. Went to Wisconsin, but I remember watching him, a glimpse of him. You want to talk about?
He was huge, wasn't he?
He was big. Yeah. I'm glad I was a little freshman and I didn't have to really mess with tackling, going on the field or anything that game.
That ball is going to go just past the outstretched glove of Zayden Gates there at short. It's going to score another run for these visiting St. James Tigers, move the score to 8-3. That one just barely made it past Owen's glove and then barely made it past Zayden's glove there at short. These Tigers are doing a great job hanging tough in the batter's box and making contact, and good things happen in high school baseball when you make contact. And we have some more contact. That one's going to find the foul territory there. Chase Wyrick at third. Monty Ball, man, that's a name I have not heard in a long time. Did Monty Ball go anywhere after Denver, or was Denver his only team?
I believe it was his only team.
Okay. I definitely remember Monty Ball.
But yeah, players like that. I remember there was a couple.
Jaden Grillman will have a chance to show the gun off here. He's got a pretty solid throw here.
Landon Crammy's a little frustrated with himself.
I think he wanted to be quicker on the exchange, but that would have been a really, really difficult play and an impressive one had he pulled that off. So in this top of the third inning, St. James has been able to cut the Dutchmen lead in half by scoring 4 runs as the Dutchmen were up by 8 coming into the inning. Got a little
right over Zayden. Did you get it? Yes.
Gates. We had a in the inning here talking a little bit about a conversation we had in TV studio. I have a lot of the baseball players in my TV studio class, and they were kind of razzing Zayden the other day. But I made a statement to them. I said, I think Zayden is probably the best defensive shortstop we've had since Briar Bogle. And I mean that. He does a good job out there.
He's a good he's got a knack for just getting the job done. And he's a competitor. He's the ultimate competitor he's resilient. He'll find a way to do it. He'll get it done. And
also very intelligent.
Very intelligent and just hand-eye coordinated very well and just finds a knack, man.
All right, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to send you to listen to Dutchman first baseman Landon Crammy and talk about the woodshop program here at Owensville High School.
I've always enjoyed building and creating things, and in the OHS woodshop, I get to do just that. I've learned a lot of skills in this class, such as reading a tape measure, working with power tools, and, most importantly, woodshop safety. I use those new skills at my job, Pioneer Trust Company. I plan on working there for the rest of my life, or doing some carpentry somewhere, where I'll be using my woodworking skills daily. Show me learning that works.
All right, we're back, and as you can see, Maddox Parker is walking to the batter's box here, and he's going to smash a baseball somewhere. Max Parker came up last inning with his first at-bat of the season, and he hit a ground ball back to the pitcher, was recorded out at first base, did advance the runner from second to third, and this time he's going to hit a rope somewhere. Peyton Pillen, I see you in the chat. You say, you sure, Mr. T, you tell a lot of stories? I do tell a lot of stories. I'm not sure which story you were referencing there, but yeah, I do tell a lot of stories.
That's not much. Peyton, you tell a lot of stories too.
That's a good point. Peyton, you keep me on my toes in class and made me laugh a lot. That's for certain. Maddox Parker draws the count here to 3-0. Takes a strike at the left.
Really hasn't taken a rip at anything, but he might be waiting to get his pitch.
That one's going to be too high. Maddox going to find his way down to first base here to lead off the bottom of the third inning with a walk. So I only got to play against one player, to my knowledge, right now that went professional whenever I was in high school. Oh, it was a good curveball there from the pitcher. And that was a guy by the name of Ashton Godot from Union. He went on to pitch in the major leagues for the Rockies and the Reds for a little bit. Super good dude. I had no success against him. I think I went 0 for 3 with 2 Ks or something like that. But our center fielder, Matthew Jett, which people might know, Mark Jett, he was a teacher and coach in Owensville for a long time. Matthew had 2 doubles that game. That was a pretty cool situation there from Matthew. Union was always very good whenever we were in high school. Good baseball team. Still a good baseball team now. I think they're going to probably win the Four Rivers Conference this year based on what we've seen so far. I don't think they've lost a Four Rivers game yet. Ball gets outside, going to make the count 2-2. Peyton Pendleton, he's still in the chat talking here. He says, that's my job, and Mr. Lewis likes my stories.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Peyton, you do tell some stories. What about that? He's been making some WWF, or I guess I should say WWE, YouTube shorts in my class recently that have me cracking up.
Ooh. Maddox is trying to take it. Oh. He is safe. A little troubles there.
Hard for you guys to see on the broadcast, but Maddox stole second base, and the base paths are very, very slick. Slid very far past it, but was able to get back.
Oh yeah, put it all together, took him out, put him off. Oh, perfect.
I just thought it was going, not playing, but.
Whew. Elias is going to draw the walk there on a pitch that was pretty close on the outside corner. Elias hit a rocket last inning to left field. Great contact from him last inning. To bring Jaden Gerleman to the plate now. You see Maddox Parker working a great secondary lead out there at second base, almost daring the catcher to throw at him. For everybody watching at home, watch how far Maddox gets off there. Might as well because nobody's holding him.
Ooh,
be
unfortunate.
Line drive over to the third baseman who catches it, fires over to second base, unable to get Maddox Parker as he was scurrying back to the bag. Get the first out for these St. James Tigers here in the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the lineup here was Aiden Gates.
First pitch swinging right to the shortstop, trying to turn two here. Doesn't no chance they're going to get that.
He's going to leave it with first and third with 2 outs. Bringing our number 2 hole hitter up, Logan Bailey, also a senior. We have our first substitution of the game. It's going to be Andrew Brown batting in place of Logan Bailey. I do not have a player card for Andrew Brown right now. I only do that for the starting lineup. Stolen base there from Zayden Gates is going to move the runners to second and third. Andrew Brown, he's another guy that absolutely cracks me up. He's part of a short series in TV studio that Mr. Lewis was actually in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for participating in that with those guys.
Absolutely, I love it. I think I already got the plan for your next
yeah?
thing. I think Howard and I just figured it out.
Yeah?
Surviving Dutch time.
Surviving Dutch time. That would be...
Can you escape?
That sounds like a horror.
Can you escape Candrel and Howard?
You know, that would be an awesome
kind of thing. Yeah.
That would be an awesome little ploy to work.
Oh, they don't sit Maddox. He ain't going.
Count moves to 1 and 2 here, or 2 and 1. No, it is 1 and 2. My apologies.
We just mentioned that today. I just mentioned
that's hilarious.
He said surviving Dutch. I said I like it. Let's do it.
That's an awesome idea. That could be really funny. Candrel, he's always sniffing them out, man.
Oh yeah.
OHS dudes, beware if you're in the halls during Dutch time. Andrew Brown strikes out. And Strands runners at second and third to end this half inning. Dutchmen lead by 4. And we're going to go to a quick commercial here. And you're going to get to hear from James Cooper in our accounting program here at Owensville High School.
I've always been good with math and numbers, so when I decided to give accounting a shot, I knew it might turn out to be more than just a class for me. In accounting class, I have learned the actual processes necessary for a career in accounting. We have met with CPAs currently working in the field and have really dove into what the career is about. Along the way, I have grown my leadership skills and ability to work in a group. Because of this opportunity in high school, I will be continuing my journey with accounting in college. Show me learning that works.
All right, we return here to the 16 viewers that we currently have. Thanks for tuning in. It's been bouncing around 20 the entire time. I want to make another announcement and thanks to Quality Trophies, Awards, Medals, and more for sponsoring this broadcast. Again, you can find them via our Facebook post. I have a link to their page on Facebook. And you know what? After this half inning, I'll pull up the business card so you guys can see that on here too. For helping us out for the broadcast, we appreciate it. Had to wait on this one because this game was originally scheduled for earlier in the season, I believe in March, but we had a rain out then. And as luck would have it, we picked a date that was also going to get more rain. A little bit challenging to find a date in the athletic schedule. I got the athletic director up here, and I'm sure he's
oh my God.
That's a nightmare trying to figure that out.
Well, I thought I heard something most rain we've had in April, and I couldn't tell you 11 plus 12 inches or something like that the whole month.
Oh my gosh.
Something more than that or crazy. It was a lot.
Yeah, it makes it tough to play sports outside when it's raining like this. Be foul ball here as Owen's able to get ahead. Owen's done a great job of throwing strikes this game, despite the weather conditions. As it looks like it's probably the lightest rain we've had all game right now. But he ran into some hot bats last inning, putting balls where people weren't getting base hits. So St. James has got some fight in him here, top of the 4th inning. That was a big cut there, Coach.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, strike all the same. Payne Pillington throwing you some props. He says, Mr. Lewis is one funny guy.
Appreciate it, P. Appreciate it.
Good play. Good glove there by Zayden. Gets it over to Grammy and
play.
a great play at first. Great dig over there by Crammy to secure that first out of the inning. So I'm imagine most of the throws would be a little bit errant this game just because of the moisture. And that's what we have seen.
Another first pitch strike by Owen.
Misses a little bit high.
Going over to the third base. Oh, at the wall.
Great play that you were not able to see on screen because it happened.
I lost the ball so fast, I can't believe he saw it.
You know, we have 3 windows up here in the press box. And I had to slide to the other window, and I was able to see that catch. Basically, Wyrick went over to the fencing down the third base line.
Right by the bullpen there.
Yeah, and he was able to make the catch with glove on the fencing. So, great play by him. As that one shot straight up in the air. Allen's going to give chase, but I think it's going to fall right in the bleachers. Owen doing a great job again of getting ahead, throwing strikes.
Oof.
It's going to be low, blocked by junior Chris Allen. Makes it count 1 ball, 2 strikes. We got 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to do it here for the Tigers in the top of the 4th as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Take another quick break here as we go to commercial, and you will get to see Liv Bestie here, senior at OHS.
I'm a future early childhood educator, and my childhood development course helped to prepare me for this goal. Child development provided me insights into how children grow, learn, and change over time. The in-class preschool program provided me experience with children aged 3 to 4. I created lessons, learned about development milestones, and gained skills in age-appropriate communication. These experiences strengthened my passion for teaching and guided me towards my goal of pursuing early childhood education. Show me learning that works.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as I said, I wanted to bring this up so I could pop it up on screen. You probably saw this as you clicked on the broadcast. Now, this is the thumbnail for tonight's game, and you see the Quality Trophies, Medals, and More LLC business card there on screen. If you are looking for any trophies, medals, or more, you should contact Quality Trophies at qualitytrophies85@gmail.com or by phone at 573-259-8318. Got summer sports coming up, summer baseball. If you guys need trophies made for any kind of tournaments or for any of the little leagues here in town, that would be the place to contact.
Same pitcher starting in. Mitchell's still out there for the, what do we say, bottom of the fourth inning here?
Bottom of 4, that's
bottom
correct.
of 4. Landon Crammy watches one, hit the dirt, but really ain't dirt, I should say rubber. He does watch that one go right down the middle, though.
Crammy's batting average is going to climb after this one as he had a rope in the first inning. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast he had been talking about his teammates had been talking about how he'd been hitting some bad luck lately.
Oh, yeah.
Which, unfortunately, that is part of the game. It's a frustrating game for a hitter.
Little wild pitch there by Mitchell. Kind of got behind him.
Makes the count 3-1 here.
Taking a rip at it.
Shot right back behind us here.
Being senior night, I think Landon wants to get another one going.
Yeah, I have to imagine, especially in the context of this game, that I would probably be wanting to get a hit instead of walking. Hits
Make
that
some
one
contact, yeah.
to the shortstop.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's one where you hope you don't injure your foot.
Yeah.
Step on the base awkwardly, but he gets up. He looks like he's fine.
Ankle's good. Yeah, it looks like just a little early on the bag.
Good job by the shortstop. One thing that it's different than whenever, I was playing baseball is, you can get away with, throwing a big hop over to first base on a turf field much easier than you can on a dirt field.
I can imagine it.
Wyrick gets kind of tied up there on an inside pitch and is only able to hit a weak pop-up over to the third baseman. Going to bring senior Jansen Leb, the second baseman, back to the plate here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. He gets one foul down the third base line. Jansen's bat has really come alive in the second half of this season, too. I know these senior boys very excited about the upcoming districts. We talked about they're in District 4 here, Class 4, District 4, I believe, with some of the local teams around here, and they got a great shot to go out and try to win the thing. Jansen gets behind here 0-2. And this would be a great squad to go out and do it. They got a lot of senior leadership, and they got some good juniors on the team as well that could help them reach that goal.
Yeah, I agree. I hope. Looks like they might be able to get in the high seed, a 1 seed, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, the biggest competition there was Sullivan, I believe, and they did beat Sullivan last week, like we had mentioned earlier. And then so far, every other team in the district that they've played, they have gotten a win against. They think the only team that they are yet to play is Cuba, which they will see next week. And if they beat Cuba, then they will have beaten everybody in their district during the regular season.
So, yeah, it'd be pretty hard to argue that they wouldn't be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree. It's like football and basketball. Is it the same way? The teams that are in the districts, they meet and they get to vote?
No, basketball, yes. Basketball is the same way. You meet, and sometimes you play each other. It makes it easy. It pretty much works itself out. Coaches are pretty on board with it. Football, no, though.
Football, I guess, yeah, how do they do it in football?
Point system. It's a whole calculated system that is figured through strength of schedule and your wins and your opponent's strength of schedule, and it's a long process that but it's a pretty good system. It really shows pretty much who is you win games. It's going to show you that you're winning. But
all team sports are getting ready to go to it.
All team. Oh, that's the rumor. All team sports are going to be able to go to it.
So
is that within a year or two?
It's in the
Process.
Phase and all that.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
It'll be a little different because 10 games opposed to 30.
Well, yeah.
But same concept.
So we have the athletic director up here with us, and he just let us know that it seems like for all team sports, they're getting ready to go to the same system that football uses for determining seeding for districts, which that's new to me. And like I said, I don't coach football. You have more experience with it than I do, but you say you like the system?
I like it. I mean, it has its I mean, it usually works itself out. You win games.
You get a higher seed.
You get a higher seed, and it's going to take into account if you play up. So if you play classes that are a class above you, it'll guarantee you points. So being a Class 3 school, and we play some Class 4 schools, that'll give you a 10-point bump up. It averages out over the 9 games. And likewise, if you play 2 classes ahead of you and we play like a Class 5, that'll bump up 20 points. So it rewards you for playing schools that are bigger than you. And it rewards you for playing, if you're strength of schedule, you playing good teams, it's going to reward you for that as well.
Interesting. Yeah, so I guess that keeps teams from just trying to take the easy way out and taking like a cake schedule.
Yeah. From saying, well, we won all these games, that's great, but you didn't play anybody, and that's what the system, getting away there.
Ball was lifted into left field. That one looked like it didn't carry quite as much.
No.
That's going to give us, and, our pitch counts are usually off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I've got Owen somewhere around 56, 60 pitches. So he's still well within his 105 as we are here in the top of the 5th.
I guess we missed the changes. Matt Eckelkamp looks like he's playing third base right now.
So Matt Eckelkamp, senior, enters the game for junior
Chase
Wyrick at third base as that ball catches pretty much the full body there of the batter, the 2-hole hitter here for St. James. Muir?
Yeah, Muir.
I'm not familiar with that last name, but I think that's how you pronounce it. Settle down, throw some strikes here, and let your defense work here, Big O. Was Matt the only substitution?
It looks like it. I can't tell from the outfield. The outfield looks the same, but everyone
Definitely
else.
is Gerleman in center.
Yeah.
Left field, that must be Andrew Brown now, I guess.
Is that Elias?
Well, Andrew entered the game for, I think you're right. I think Elias moved from right field to left field.
Yeah.
And then Andrew moved to right field. So he entered the game for Logan Bailey, who was playing left field. Got it. 2-0 count here, I believe. Owen struggling to find the zone here, and I was wrong. That was 3-0, so now it's ball 4. It's going to put runners on first and second. I look down the line to where you guys can't see to the Dutchman bullpen. I don't see anybody warming up yet, so I think right now this is Owen's game. Also, as I look down past beyond the bullpen, I see the JV guys starting to get cuts there in the batting cages. We have 2 nice batting cages here on campus now, which is fantastic. Have lots of room in there, not like the death trap that we used to have in Memorial Field. You never got to see that, Coach Lewis. That was interesting. So back in the day at Memorial Field behind the left field fence, there was some batting cages back there, but they were chain link. And the construction of it, they put the beams on the inside. So if you hit a baseball and it hit the beam, the ball could be coming. You don't know where it's going. It's a pinball at that point. You don't want to be the guy that's throwing the BP, and you don't want to. Yeah. And the other crazy thing is, they made it a size where it was not really wide enough to be able for an adult or
rip down the left field line. That was going to be foul. Hit the cage right there.
A bigger senior that's swinging a 30-inch bat to actually fit in the cage super well. So those have since been ripped out and they're no longer there. There is one nice batting cage there at the Memorial Park in town, but yeah, I remember. Back in the day, that was kind of a death trap. We didn't even use it because, it really wasn't even safe.
Trying to take third. Chris, can he make right off the glove of Matt Eckelkamp? Looked like he was probably going to be safe there.
Yeah, I don't think
the timing was pretty much there. Chris had a little wet ball exchange that I didn't think he was going to be able to get it. Pretty good jump there.
Makes the count here 1 ball, 2 strikes. St. James threatening now with runners on second and third and only 1 out. They're going to hit the ball up the middle. Great play by Zayden Gates. Fires it over to first. Is going to get that out. St. James will score a run. as the runner that was on second advances to third base. St. James pulls to within 3, but that was a dandy play there by Zayden Gates. I might have been able to get that on the replay, and if I did, then we'll watch it at the inning break here. That's tough. You didn't have a lot of reaction time. He's playing in on that ball. Infield was in.
Making you look good. You just talked about how he's one of the better field and shortstops.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna. They were giving him trouble during TV studio. I'm gonna go in tomorrow and I'm gonna say, listen, Zayden, he lived up to the bill yesterday. That ball's gonna be foul chopped. And you know another thing that we hear in TV studio, in Matt Eckelkamp, he says this, he's a PO on the team, meaning pitcher only. He talks about how he himself cannot hit, but if the line comes back around to where Chase Wyrick's spot was, then
here's Matt's opportunity.
He will be hitting. Matt fires across the diamond. Oh, and they're going to say they got
out.
That was definitely close.
That was close. Half step, if not less, but.
That's the outcome that you want if you're a Dutchman fan. Let's see if we got that Zayden Gates play here. Yeah, we did right there. Bang. That is that's as good of a play on the infield I think you'll see a high schooler make. That was a great play, Zayden. Way to go. Way to go. You can't do it much better than that. So to the guys in TV studio, you'll be hearing from me tomorrow. And we'll go to one more quick commercial here as Coach Lewis and I will take a little break, and you will get to hear from Ricky Marquez in our Intro to TV Studio class.
My Intro to TV Studio class has led me to a new passion that I pursued after high school. In this class, I've been able to use my creativity while gaining professional skills in editing videos. I didn't know for sure what I was getting into when I joined the class, but this opportunity has opened my eyes to a possible career path. Visual media is a fast-growing market in today's world, and there are many opportunities available in this field. I will be able to take the skills that I'm learning in class with me for post-secondary schooling to prepare me for my career. Show me learning that work.
All right, well, it looks like I might have broken my background here. I don't know why that is still on the screen for you guys, so I will try to figure out how to make that go away as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th inning. My replay. There we go. I don't know why it didn't go away. Usually it goes away on its own. I'm kind of limping to the end of the year here, Coach. I've got some things in my program that I'm going to reprogram for next year, but we're trying to get through
trial
this
year, man. Yeah, trial year.
All right. We got, is that Chris Allen batting? Chris Allen comes to the plate. We'll see what Chris can do here. As the Dutchman lead has kind of been getting cut and cut over these last couple innings.
He's going to wear one on the inside. Mitchell, same pitcher, though.
All right, Allen trots down to first base. You're going to see a pinch runner here in just a moment. I'm going to assume now it's Liam Rasmussen as Andrew Brown has entered the game in the first inning. So Chris has walked twice and been hit by a pitch. I don't know if he's had another at-bat. His last at-bat was that strange at-bat where he walked and then Jansen Lev immediately got thrown out at home.
Yeah. See if Liam takes this right here, first pitch. No.
Brings Maddox Parker back to the plate for his 3rd plate appearance, or I guess it's his 4th plate appearance now. No, it's his 3rd because Chris has been. Yeah, so this is his 3rd.
Yeah.
So he hit a ground ball back to the pitcher and he walked in his last plate appearance.
Come on, Liam.
Stay on the bag. Stay on the bag.
Little butt slide. There you go, Liam. I know he likes to use his speed. He's a 2-sport athlete right now.
Yeah,
and
also
both.
runs track. That was a ball. It was high. I guess I should probably change my overlay here because we're no longer on Maddox's first at bat. He's now on his 3rd. Maddox watches strike 1 there. Count 2-1. Here's a fun fact for any of the listeners. Peyton, you said I like to tell stories. Coach Lewis and I graduated from the same college. Both went to UCM, Mules for Life.
Snouts out, man.
That's right.
There you go, Maddox.
Shortstop did a good job of fielding the ball, but was unable to dig it out of his glove as he kind of double pumped, and then it looked like he just never got a grip on it. Never even attempted to throw over to third or first. I don't know why he threw to third. But it's going to bring Elias Medlock to the play. Elias ripped a double down the third base line in the first or second. I can't remember what inning it was now. I think
it was early. It might be the second, yeah.
But I got to thinking about it. I have Logan Bailey in my TVCO too, and he got pulled from the game, and Andrew Brown entered for him. I don't know if you'd seen it, but Logan, his hand is swollen like crazy.
I heard about it. I haven't seen him.
Part of me wonders if he didn't play the entire game today because of that, because Logan is a senior. He's done a great job.
Oh, yeah.
This year.
And then, let him do his start and take an at-bat, and then don't hurt it anymore. We're on the push.
Right. I know he wants to obviously be healthy for the district run. That's really the more important deal right now than the Dutchmen don't really have a chance to win the conference, even though this is a conference game. So, obviously try to win every game. Shortstop's going to get that one. He's coming home with it, and it's not a force out. Got to get the tag, and Liam beats the tag.
There you go, Liam.
So that RBI will go to Elias Medlock, but it will be fielder's indifference. I don't know that it would be necessarily scored a hit because the fielder went. For St. James? Yeah. I have it on mine 8-5, now 9-5. Yeah, you should have 5 up there for them. We got it. Oh, and Gerlman's going to wear one here as he makes his way down. It's going to load the bases for these Dutchmen. Got Maddox Parker on third, Elias Medlock on second, and Jaden Gerlman now on first. Seniors chalk the bases, and a senior up to bat, Zayden Gates. And it looks like we might now be having a pitching change. So we're going to go ahead and go to a quicker or a little bit of a longer commercial as they make this pitching change. You're going to get to hear from Timmy Winterbauer and his video submission for our Wayfinder contest. Wayfinder is a program that we use during Dutch time here at OHS. He entered this video contest, so you're going to get to hear him speak about preparing for life after high school.
Hi, my name is Timothy Winterbauer, and I'm a senior in the class of 2025 at Owensville High School, located in Central Missouri. Today, we're going to be talking about how to become truly prepared for life after high school while keeping the 6 core Wayfinder skills in mind. Our first stop is going to be our school counselors, and I encourage you to talk to yours as well. Mrs. Evans, how can school counselors help students figure out how to be prepared for life after high school?
Well, Timmy, our goal is to get you thinking about what your interests and goals are, and then see how your strongest skills tie to them.
So you're saying I should use some self-awareness and figure out what I like to do, what I want to do, as well as figure out my strengths and weaknesses?
That's exactly right, Timmy. Once we start getting these ideas out there, we encourage you to reflect on it yourself, but then also with your family, friends, and important people in your life.
So you're saying I should collaborate with the key stakeholders in my life?
Absolutely. People who are closest to you are going to try to help you find the path that's right for you. Whether it's going to college, joining the workforce, joining the military, each of those are fantastic choices if you put your mind to it.
Well, thank you, Miss Evans. I think I'm going to go collaborate with someone that I trust and someone that inspires me. Coach Candro, I'm starting to think about what I want to do for my life after high school and how to get it started and having a purpose and getting it done.
That sounds like a very confusing time to me. I was in the same boat myself. I think the biggest thing is you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look at what's out there, and as things change, you're going to have to adapt to the changes, because you might have different feelings and thoughts a year from now or 6 months from now, and you got to be able to adapt to those changes.
That sounds kind of stressful though. What if I change my mind or decide I want to do something else? How do I not get set back from others?
Well, I mean, anybody who works with you has to have empathy and understanding that you're going to have changes and they're going to have to adapt to what's going on with you. I think you have to have empathy for yourself as well, because if you don't give yourself a little slack, how can you make those changes and the adjustments you need in your life?
Well, Thank you, Coach Candro. I think that's going to give me a good place to start, and I think I'm going to start exploring some of my options now.
Well, I think it's a wise idea, Timmy.
After conducting my own research.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. We didn't get to finish the entire Wayfinder video, but you guys get the point. Good luck to Timmy, and hopefully he is able to win that contest. Zayden gets ball, they call it the inside corner. New pitcher on the mound is going to be a sophomore, Pearson, for the St. James Tigers. This is just a little bit high. That contest that you saw the video for ends sometime in May as far as the judging. You had to have your video submitted by the end of April, which Timmy hit the deadline. And the winner...
Ooh, he wanted to rip at it. He just holding back.
Pearson does the job, makes it a full count. We got a payoff pitch here. No outs, bases loaded, seniors everywhere, senior up to bat. Sophomore on the mound. Who wins the battle?
Ooh.
Battle continues. Mr. Lewis, as a social studies teacher, what is your favorite battle throughout history that you get to talk about in class or even outside of class?
Ooh, that's tough. Talk a lot, but
ball 4 is gonna
get a run home. There are several. Surprisingly, the whole concept, which I'm cheating here, but recently I'm going to have some recency bias. The whole concept, not just a battle, but been talking about a lot of the Cold War with a lot of my freshmen.
Oh, okay.
And the concept, and we were unfortunate to get a lot of time with that last year, my first year up here, but the concept, the history of all of it and the way it all works is every year there's something I find new that fascinates me and everything like that. But there's plenty more others because I teach a military history class, so you could easily go through a lot of battles in that class as well.
That's awesome. I always love my history classes, and probably my favorite history teacher from when I was in high school is actually still around here, Mr. Gellert.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he can tell a story.
He can tell a story.
I loved getting to hear the stories that he told in class, and there was something that I really enjoyed the way we kept a notebook in that class. I don't know if he still does it that way.
Oh, yeah, he still does it that way.
But I liked writing those notes in that notebook and hearing his stories. Andrew Brown swings at a pitch that's high. Andrew Brown entered this game for Logan Bailey.
Yep.
Now playing right field for the Dutchmen, batting in the 2-hole. He's going to swing and strike out.
Couldn't lay off the outside.
First out of the inning here. Have no fear, it's going to bring Landon Crammy, who would love to do a lot of damage right now.
It could be his second salami of the year.
That's true.
That's true. He hit
Crammy
one.
Did hit a grand slam.
He almost said, yeah, I'll take 2 in 1 inning, but Chris Allen beat him to it.
Yeah.
Crammy hit a grand slam here at home against Salem earlier in the season.
Yeah,
and,
early.
Ironically, in the same inning, Chris Allen also hit a grand slam. So Coach Johnson, the athletic director up here, he was talking about how Crammy almost pulled a Fernando Tatis, but Allen beat him to the punch. But I have to say, I've never seen 2 grand slams in the same inning by a high school team. Never seen it happen. That's a unique thing. And unfortunately, we were not live broadcasting that one. I wish we would have been.
Yeah.
Ball is going to get away, but no try from the runner there.
Elias, yeah. Probably with confident hitter at the plate, let Landon get a chance to
you don't want to
get you in. You're up. You don't need to force anything that you're unsure of.
I want to make a comment here. It's felt like the Dutchmen have been in control of this one the whole time, but you got to give credit to St. James as they've battled and they've hung in it.
Oh, yeah. Just that one, I'd say that one big third inning for one got a little struggled, a little flustered, and they carved up 4 runs there, but it never felt like they were going to take it from them.
Crammy hits one that gets past the outstretched glove of the third baseman. Runner on second, Gerleman has to weave some fielders there, but he comes around to score. It's going to be a 2 RBI single for Landon Crammy. cleans the bases up a little bit, scores 2 runs for the Dutchmen. If the Dutchmen can come away with 3 more runs this inning, that would be mercy rule, 10 after 5. So that's
true. That's true.
Probably something that we're gonna, see.
Gun
for. And what do we have here?
Oh.
Matt Eckelkamp's first at bat of the season.
Pitcher only.
See what he's got. I see Coach Kemp down the third baseline with a big grin on his face. I think Coach Kemp might have been a PO. PO in obviously in college for sure. But Coach Kemp, he can hit. He can smash a golf ball.
Oh, yeah,
he
can.
Golf with him?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy knowing that how much he loves golf because 5 years ago he didn't really play, and now he
he's obsessed with
smashes it.
Ball's going to be thrown behind Eckelkamp, and Gates is going to move up, and so is Crammy to second and third.
Get 2 guys in the scoring position here for Matt.
What can Matt do? The 1-0 count, Dutchman up 12-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to get these final 3 runs and put a bow tie on this senior night baseball game. The dugout for the Dutchman is alive right now as Matt's getting his first at bat here. Matt's grinning in the box as well.
All chuckles by Matt.
Matt
Ooh, and a
gets
rip.
under one, hits a mile high down the left field line. It's going to be caught by the left fielder, but tagging on the play is Zayden Gates. That was a towering fly ball. The plate's 1. Great job, Matt. Great job. You did a job, man. Then brings senior Jansen Leb to the plate. Jansen struck out in his last at bat, and I'm betting he's trying to make sure that does not happen again. See what he does here. Runner on second, 2 outs.
Runner taking third. No throw.
Crammy takes third. So the runner at third, the Dutchman up by 8. Jansen Leb stands in to try to knock him in. Coach, are you starting to get the bug for the excitement of the end of the year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it very much from the students.
Oh, yeah.
I think the students are.
They are very much
ready for May 22nd.
They're very much trying
it seems like prom is always a point where, it starts to really set in for them. But this year, I felt like it set in a little bit earlier. At least in my classes, I started feeling that excitement for the end of the school year prior to prom.
Oh, yeah. I always say last Saturday, watch the Kentucky Derby. That's when you know, hey, school year's almost over.
All right, runners on second and third now. Chris Allen could have a walk-off hit here if he could drive in the runners on second and third to make it a 15-5, 10-run rule game after 5. But Chris,
he doesn't want to go.
Chris has not hardly gotten anything to swing at this entire game as he's reached base all 3 at-bats by walk or hit by pitch.
Hasn't really swung much either.
No, he had I remember one inning he had fight off a couple pitches that were close with 2 strikes, but ended up walking, I think. Man, something must have happened.
Oh, something unfortunate. That's
what, 3 or 4 now?
That's 4th one now, I feel like.
See the police officers heading out towards the old Dutch Mill on 19 here. Don't know what's happened beyond the high school, but hopefully everybody's okay.
Oof.
That was a good pitch that painted that outside
pitch.
corner. Look at that tailing 2-seam fastball that kind of came back over the plate. Made the count 3-1 here. It's Always like to look at where outfielders are playing. And it looks like the outfielders
Straight
here
away.
are playing pretty straight away, but there's a lot of real estate out there.
A lot there.
Left and right center.
Oh.
Allen gets hit again. He might be going for the record for most hit by pitches this season because, man, he's been hit by a lot of pitches.
A lot.
I made a joke last home game. Allen had run 2 counts to 3 ball counts, and then you got hit by a pitch on a 3-ball count. I'm like, dude, just get out of the way. Like, it's still a walk.
Yeah. It's like
you don't have to get hit.
You don't have to take it.
I was like, I guess it's a sign of toughness here. So the Dutchman.
Maddox is coming up.
Yeah. I mean, there were balls that he definitely could have gotten out of the way of, but he stayed in to take it intentionally. All right, so here we come up in an interesting situation. Max Parker got his first at-bat of the season in this game no pressure, but he comes up with the bases loaded here and an opportunity to walk off on senior night. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd be all for it. I'm rooting for him.
Let's do it, Maddox.
He's one of my history students, man.
Oh, yeah.
He took them all last year, so I never really get to see him this year, but he took all the classes. I had him for everything last year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those history buff guys.
While we have a second here, I will pull up the district for this Dutchman baseball team again. As you can see, now this is not completely updated because I haven't updated since the last home game, but you still see the teams that are in it. Cuba we play next week on Tuesday at home. Salem we've beat. St. Clair we've beat. St. James we've beat. And Sullivan we've beat. So going to be an exciting district time. Coach Johnson, do we know who's hosting districts? St. Clair is hosting baseball districts
turf
this year.
field.
So you got a turf field. Go out and watch the Dutchmen try to bring home a district championship. As they try a pickoff attempt at second base. They do not get him. That's Jansen Leb out there. They're going to have to deal with Mad Dog Maddox here.
Oh, Mad Dog Parker.
At the plate. He's going to drill something somewhere.
Come on.
That one's
That's
going to
going
be
to
outside.
get run in. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well.
Didn't get a chance to. Try to get one. A little greedy.
Who was that on third?
That was Landon Crammy.
Landon Crammy. He tried to army crawl under the tag, but not able to make that one happen. So, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've ran out of commercials. But we'll go ahead and check out Eileen Lindbergh winning the 400-meter race at one of the home track meets.
Yes, not pixelated whatsoever. Oh,
all right, here we go. We are off. Looks like Eileen is currently in the lead.
Yeah, Eileen's in the lead. Now, see, in the 400, they have to stay in their lanes all the way around.
Right. So the people who are in the outside lane are actually probably a little bit further ahead than it looks right now?
Well,
or the inside lane?
Inside lane. The inside lane helps for sure.
Looks like Bryn is closing the gap, but I guess once they get to the straight stretch, then it's a foot race.
It's all even after that, and I think Eileen might take old Bryn on this.
We got a South Callaway girl here who looks like she's digging deep.
Where'd she come from? She's on the outside.
Oh, she's pushing. Eileen's going to have to hold her off. Looks like South Callaway got Bryn.
Yep, I'm wrong.
Eileen just got her. Bryn in third. It looks like Abby Gibson's going to finish in fourth.
Nice job, girls.
400 run. I'm excited to see those times come up here.
1, 3, and 4.
That's a bushel of points.
Yes. I'm curious to see the time. So we got.
It's a great shot of the girls. All right, the first pitch here as Owen returns to the mound is drilled foul. Dominic Regaitis, I saw you in the chat down there. I had 12 or 13 hit by pitches my senior year. I need to keep that record. Well, I pulled up the Dutchman statistics from the season, and I think that you are safe as a team.
Ooh, that's in the gap. Can Gerleman get that?
Gerleman gets
What
there,
a
makes
play.
the play. Great job by Gurleman there in the outfield to retire the first batter of the inning here for these St. James Tigers. But the team as a whole has taken 21 hit by pitches, and the leader in hit by pitches only has 6 on the season, and that is Jaden Gurleman has been hit by 6 pitches. Chris Allen came into this game with at least 2, and he's been hit by a pitch 2 more times this game. So he's got 4.
He's going to stay fair on the right fielder. Is that Andrew Brown? Oh, and he just
Andrew
dropped it.
Almost makes
Had it in the glove, just lost it. Yeah, thank God he did stop running. He was watching it. He was watching it.
So that ball was hit to Andrew Brown's to his left and a little bit deeper than where he's playing right now out there in right field. And it carried, and he kind of kept carrying. He did get it in his glove, but like Coach Lewis said, popped out. That's one of those plays you kind of want to run to the spot and try to set up camp under it. You keep drifting. Sometimes it'll drift away from you.
67.
Yeah, also I think the count here is 2 balls and no strikes.
You're right.
Dom, it's good to hear from you. I miss you, man.
Yeah.
I need somebody to play catch with, so next time you're back in Owensville, hit me up. The ball is lifted out to left field, and the runner that was on second needs to retreat because that ball is caught by Elias Medlock for the second out of the inning here. I got to give Elias some props out there. He's done a great job of, fielding the fly balls this season. Haven't seen him make many mistakes out there. Same thing with Jaden Gurleman. Man, he covers a lot of ground.
He can move.
Get to those balls in the
He
outfield.
can move. Yeah, you got couple good outfielders. You can make up some ground.
Yeah, we've had some good outfielders come through here in recent years.
Oh, yeah.
Think about Lane Evans did a good job out there.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best I've ever seen. Derek Brandt. He was
Oh, my God.
incredible out in the outfield.
Woo.
Derek Brandt heading into his last year at Mizzou, I believe. And last time I talked to Derek, I know he was contemplating on whether he was going to continue playing on the football team, but I know that he was awarded a position like a spokesperson for the football team or something like that. So I have to imagine.
He makes the play at first.
It's crazy. He's able to glove that one that pops out of his glove for a second.
It was not a Savannah banana play he was trying to pull there, I don't think.
Man, the Savannah Bananas are coming to St. Louis. Are you going?
I think I should. I haven't planned on it, but it'd be cool.
It would be cool to
The
see.
Clemson one I saw, that was just too cool. First pitch of the game, he pops it up, hits his hat in front of 70,000 people. Like that's crazy. That's just
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The amount of skill and confidence, but it's fun. It looks cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be.
I'm all for it.
Really fun to go watch. Real quick, I'll pull up our last highlight because I don't have any more commercials for you guys. I believe the last highlight was Zayden Gates making that play at shortstop. Fantastic play up the middle, then getting to his knees and be able to throw over to Crammy, a one bouncer, which Crammy was able to take care of. And it's led us to this. Dutchmen by 8 in the bottom of the 6th inning with Maddox Parker leading things off here. Oh, yes.
Yes.
No, I meant there's trouble for him.
Oh.
It was nothing against him.
So, we'll see what we have here. So got a message from GCR2. Last day for afternoon Excel is tomorrow, Thursday, May 8th. We hope the students have enjoyed their activities throughout the year. So Excel's wrapping up here as other things are wrapping up at the end of the year. Also, I need to make a graphic that can go on screen because if you are interested in hosting a foreign exchange student, whether that be here in Owensville and St. James or wherever you might be listening to this from at any point in time, be sure to say you heard about the exchange program from OHS TV Studio because anybody that's referred to host and they mention who inspired them to host, I think they get like a some sort of donation or something from AUSA, because Amy Estes got a hold of me about that and said that we could start advertising for that on our broadcast. So I'd make up a graphic for that. So if you're interested in hosting foreign exchange students, we got 3 awesome ones this year. Marta Latorre, Tone Chira, and Lex Mosler. Did you get to have any of them in class?
I have Marta and Tone in class.
Marta and Tone.
Yeah, Marta joined my civics class this past semester, and I've had Tone for the whole year.
Awesome.
So they're a joy.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They get very stressed out with all of the, we're talking civics and American government.
Right.
And I always laugh because I'm like, you're starting to grasp more than some of the kids here, and you're freaked out for no reason. So you quit getting so worked up. But no, they're a joy. They're really, really nice and very fun to learn their culture. I know with Tone, it was just crazy, and I'm trying to explain to everyone else, like, we're talking about government and all this stuff, and you look at it like, well, that's 250 years old. Meanwhile, she's from a country in Kosovo that 2008 was its creation. So it's very interesting. Oh,
Maddox pops out to the pitcher here for the first out of the bottom of the 6th.
You got it, I got it. You got it, I got it. Play right there.
Yeah, I have Tone in class, and obviously I've talked to her a lot about her country, Kosovo, and I guess they were originally a part of Albania.
Yeah, Serbia, really.
Serbia, that's
yeah.
right. And they split off.
But it's right off next to Albania, and that's how I've gotten it. And there's a lot of history there, obviously. In your own culture, it's different, but like a concept of talking about government.
Yeah.
And her government is so not from 1776. The culture's old, but the establishment of it's different.
Ball's lifted to the center fielder and caught by the center fielder as that retires Elias Medlock here for the 2nd out. I do know that she said that there was elections in her country back in fall.
Yeah.
And she had mentioned that in class about how, her family wanted a certain candidate to win, and I think she ended up saying that the candidate they wanted to win did not end up winning. But
I haven't checked recently and talked to her, but
it was interesting hearing her, talk about that side of things from her home country and whatnot. So,
did you see who was it? Her cousin or someone got engaged. She showed me a bunch of stuff. The way that they celebrate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, an engagement party was almost like a wedding. It looked like it was crazy. I was like that. They do something else after that. She said, "Yeah." I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah, she did a presentation in my class. I think she had to do it for her program or something like that. She had to do it for so many classes or something where she talked about her home country and things like that. And she even showed us like one of the dances that they do in their culture. And our students in my accounting class, they were just like, what? But it was really, really neat. It's very neat. Very different than what we have here, obviously.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, always cool to get that perspective. So if you're interested in hosting a foreign exchange student, I've never heard from a family that hosted anything but positive things. You learn so much, and
that's a
pretty neat experience.
That's one of those things that I love. Second year being up here at the high school, that now I get to enjoy and see some of the foreign exchange students that have. Over the past 2 years, I've coached them, I've taught them. It's been real fun and I keep telling my wife I'm going to build this memory of all these from Europe, and then when I go visit Europe,
try to find them.
I'll find them, or I'll meet up with them, have a way to navigate myself through Europe whenever I want to do that.
That's true. Yeah, I've gotten to know, and Gerleman is off to the races. He's not going to be caught.
No.
He'll be safe at second by a long shot. But yeah, it is kind of cool to make those connections. I think this time of year, I've been talking to Tone recently. I know she's starting to get a little bit nervous / sad about the end of the year coming, and that's always tough. But that's also good. It means that you built some positive.
Take third.
Oh my!
Does he hold on? Ooh, they're gonna call him out.
So that's going to be the 2nd out of the inning here. That's the 3rd out of the inning.
That is the 3rd.
Because they retired Maddox, Elias, and then Jaden on the steal.
Yep.
So that will bring Zayden Gates back to start the bottom of the 7th inning as the Dutchmen lead by a score of 13-5 as we head to the top of the 7th. The one thing about high school baseball is you get a 7th inning stretch, but then the game's over because
it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it earlier. All right, Owen comes back out to work the 7th inning. He's still well within the pitch count, so he'll be able to probably finish this game. The Dutchmen don't look like they have anybody. I do believe we just heard over the PA announcer that there's not going to be a JV game tonight. Too much rain. Thankful to even get this one in, to be honest, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm, we haven't been down to the dugout to talk to any of these guys or anything like that, but these guys got to be soaked.
Yeah.
You can't see it on camera, but they've got to be absolutely
I'm
drenched.
happily good with being right up here all day.
Yeah, this is a good spot
That's
to be.
a great spot to watch a baseball game.
Yeah, I will say there are some times at the football season that it's really nice to be in the press box. But early home season games, when it's still hot,
that's a little different.
Man, you're drippy in there.
Oh yeah, this game was played later in June. I would be hating sitting up in this press box.
Yeah, it gets too hot. It's like a convection oven in here. All right, Owen comes to. Done a great job today. Do his last inning of work here. And also, whoever subscribed, thank you. We're now up to 2250. So it's been a good year for TV Studio. We started the year somewhere around like 1,100. So another year of growth. But whoever subscribed, thank you very much. I'd like to make another announcement here and say thank you to Quality Trophies, Medals, Awards, and more. As you see on screen here, be sure to reach out to them. They got the email address there, qualitytrophies85@gmail.com, and the phone number 573-259-8315. That is local. It's Beck Allen. As that ball's dug right back to the pitcher. Owen fields it cleanly, fires down to first, gets the out with Landon Crammy. That's what we're looking for. Quick outs here.
I like that.
Dutchmen are 2 outs away now from ending this thing. We won't even get a bottom of the 7th. Be a ball high to start things off here. You been following the NBA playoffs at all, Coach?
Not so much. I get NBA once in a while. I root for Boston here and there. There you go, Elias.
Very interesting swing on that ball there by that player from St. James. That ball was on the outside corner of the plate. He kind of threw his hands at it early and pulled it. You don't see that often. Yeah, Celtics are down a game right now.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see them lose the first game of that series.
Probably be watching more now that sadly the Blues hockey is over with. Unfortunately, that's what I'm glued to. Some of those nights at 10 o'clock, I'm like, I'm sorry, they're winning. I'm going to bed. I got to get up in the morning. But
yeah, that Blues. Did you watch all of Game 7?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was camped out on the couch at my buddy's house.
Yeah, I was. Of course, watching it by myself, telling myself they're gonna do it. They're gonna find a way to give up 2, and they did. I was actually stunned that the first overtime it went to second overtime.
I was too.
I was
very
that first power play. I thought we were done for. I thought that we were down. That penalty kill. I was like, no way.
Chopped down a third baseline foul. Yeah,
still a win.
I was talking to my buddy. And when there was like 3 minutes left or something like that, and we kept icing the puck and not being able to bring it out and run any clock off truly, I said, it feels like we're the team that has all the pressure on us, and we're the one that's up 2 goals here as an 8 seed in a Game 7. But that was brutal. That was a brutal way to go.
Yeah, but really didn't really expect to be there. The more you think about it, like.
Yeah, that's 100%
cool.
true.
It was cool. It was, to drag it out there, Owen takes it low, I guess.
Extend the at-bat here, extend the game, at least another pitch. Hopefully Owen can go and get the job done right here. He sets, he delivers.
Oof.
Let go of that one a little too late. All right, payoff pitch here. Something's going to happen. Hopefully it's the last pitch of the game. We'll see. Oh, that one's going to be
right over shortstop.
Left field takes a bad bounce on the grass, but that's not going to change the outcome. Going to be a single. So we're going to see at least another batter. Get Owen a new baseball here. St. James has a runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, I was really surprised to see Cleveland go down 2-0 against the Pacers, but Tyrese Halliburton, that was an unbelievable way to end the game last
And
night.
I know the more I've been looking, I think Cleveland's a little banged up.
Yeah.
I think they're not all full healthy, but still, yeah. Indiana's good. They're good. And, I mean, I watch it, and I don't watch a lot in the season, but when you watch playoffs, it's like you can tell it's a different game. You can tell
there's a different level of it.
You can tell it's a different atmosphere. You been to any NBA games?
Yeah, I've been. So I lived in, whenever I was selling commercial insurance, I lived in Minnesota for a year.
Oh, okay.
And I got the opportunity to go to several. KG's second game back with the T-Wolves, I was at that one. That was pretty cool. I got to see LeBron while he was in Cleveland play at the Target Center. And I also got to see Damian Lillard with the Blazers play. So,
yeah.
And then I take a trip with, I don't know if you know Randy Gellert. She's a teacher in Gerald. Her and her husband, Ben. We've taken trips. We went to San Antonio to watch Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Versus the Golden State Warriors. We got to see Steph Curry.
That's cool. So, yeah, you've seen some games.
Yeah. And we went to Chicago last year, so I got to go to a Bulls game.
Where do you think Cooper Flagg's going?
I think the NBA lottery is rigged. I think it's going to be wherever the NBA wants him to go.
That's what I'm wondering. If Chicago. Well, I just saw the NHL, the team with, what was it?
I think it'd be interesting.
Jersey, the 3% team in the lottery, somehow got it. So it's like, is the NBA going to find a way to? I would think DC would have a chance at getting the number one pick. But
well, what I think would be really interesting is if the Spurs got it.
Oh my God!
Because then you have Cooper Flagg and Wemby.
Then
they just traded and got De'Aaron Fox, and they also have. There's another young. They had.
That's one of them dumb luck.
Castle.
Yeah.
They had Castle.
Yeah.
Stephen Castle.
Yeah.
I think he was was he rookie of the year? He was.
I don't know. I don't know enough about that.
I don't know what the rookie.
It just makes me think of like the Magic when they had Shaq and then they got Penny.
Yeah.
All that years. That's the kind of, if the Spurs got it, that'd be that. Oh my God! It always blows my mind how much Chicago has just not been really good
relevant
ever since Jordan. It is. If you think about it, it's like they haven't really been that. I mean, they had Rose obviously those years.
Yeah, that's
Rose, but that's what probably did them in. But
yeah, D Rose.
Ooh, another blooper right over short. Zayden's got it.
Got it.
Oh yeah,
great play there by Zayden Gates to put this one away. And the Dutchmen are going to come away with a Four Rivers Conference victory here. Their only losses in the conference this year are going to come to Pacific and Union, which is going to move them to a record of 5-2 in the conference, which is very competitive. Wins against the St. James Tigers, St. Clair, New Haven, Herman, and who did I forget? Oh, why do I do this to myself? I did St. Clair, St. James. Oh, Sullivan.
That's right.
Sullivan.
The big one.
So great job to the Dutchmen. You will see them again live on Tuesday as they take on Cuba for the last home game of the season before they head into district play. Coach Lewis, thanks for joining me tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I had a pretty good viewership all throughout the night, and we will